Willie brings him down, and we'll see what this flag is. Multiple flags out there.
Clinic-worthy kickoff coverage from Ade Willie to be able to get there. Got into the avoid zone, did exactly what you want to do, working around a blocker around midfield, then burst to finish at the tackle.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the return team. Holding, return team number 41. Penalties decline. Personal foul, illegal blindside block. Return team number 17. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run, first down.
All right, that's looking to send Maryland back. For now, let's go to Dave for an update on Washington.
What up, Dave?
Hey, guys, the Huskies are on the board. You guys had the deep touch in your game. Washington got one as well. Will Rogers.
Home. Street Slayer's the name of the game. First to 50 kills. Dark inside, the underdog, getting this series to a 2-3.
Washington.
Thanks, Dave. And one of my favorite parts of week 1 was seeing all the videos of
Come on, Michigan State. Ooh, we got them back on the 5.
Yeah.
They're on the 5-yard line. Maryland is.
Trotting around.
Ooh, they got a 5-yard run, though. So now they're on the 10-yard.
So I take it you're a dog person?
I am.
Oh, my finger itchy.
My favorite territory.
Itchy.
Savoy Heads are my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Large, fluffy, could be in that category, but aren't. They're from Siberia. Fun fact.
It's not really Girl Scout cookie time of year yet, though. So what now?
You didn't have to go there.
I've never heard of that term. I don't know what you mean.
Hemby gets up near the 20-yard line. And this Maryland offense now trying to regroup. Jordan Turner with the tackle there after a gain of 7.
It's where the experience of Billy Edwards can certainly be a factor. Yes, the full-time starter for the first time this season in week 2. But he's been through tough Big Ten competition before.
Camo coming up momentarily.
But Native still down by 2 here. Piggy looking to try and join the rest of the team, see if he can actually scout out any players at the moment. He does often like to be in the forefront of the attack, but just one step too far. Gilkey was there and waiting.
Gilkey punishes him, and another player punished by APG. Gilkey and APG go 2-0.
Offensive coordinator Josh Gaddis says one thing that stands out about quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. is his football IQ. Another thing is his leadership. Gaddis says that Edwards spends hours watching film. He always has his head down taking notes. Edwards knows how to execute the system with command and allows the step to get creative.
The purple streak. The push is going to come into tram. Multiple players from dark inside in the back. Here comes the code. Able to repulse that player, knock him to at least half shield, cleaned up by Gilkey. And now Gilkey with the red gun is going to be by himself with Tram. Look at this player, Tiggy, playing very slow now in this bottom driveway location. Gilk going to be overly exposed. If he starts to shoot across the map, that will be Piggy's.
Come on, Michigan State. 3rd and 2. Get him. Oh, they got first down.
Here comes Piggy. A little bit of an overextension there. Too quick to push, and Gilkey able to find him, knock him to no shield. And now Gilkey on the hunt for a killing spree.
They weren't brave enough to get Camo until APG finally sends it off the back of the damage that Gilkey was able to do. Now Native, they have the lead, and APG has the chance to really be a thorn in the side of Dark inside here, but sadly goes down straight away. But that might create an opening for the rest of the team.
Yeah, APG didn't see both of those players, so we need for that melee. He didn't expect to be traded. A repulse from Gil keeps him alive, allows Barco to finish that kill, but another trade going in the favor of Native.
Hey, Michigan State just got a sack. Fuck yeah.
Where did Dark inside go from here then? You can see off the score, they're all just trying to get closer to one another, trying to spread themselves out a little bit at the same time though.
Michigan State might end up winning this game, dude.
They watch across the map, and this is what I expected to happen, where it's just the game slowing down, a little bit of nerves to start to come into the equation.
Barco's got to play his life here. In a very exposed location, Piggy's going to spot him out. Barco forced to kind of play around this B area a little bit safer now, as he's going to be the player to focus for Dark inside. He can't get dropped to no shield. There's a player close on the caution side of the map. He knows that he's going to get pushed. Those plasma nades will
The Michigan State Maryland game's tied up 14-14. 2nd and 19 for Maryland. Come on, let's get it. Hell yeah. It's be like 2nd and 12 or 3rd and 12, somewhere around there.
Native Gaming's favor, and Tapping going to create some space over here now that he has information. Dark inside have made their way towards B. However, Dark inside double back. They go over to Cafe, and Tapping Buttons gets out of dodge with his life this time around. But a good.
Yeah, why is APG the NG APG? The Native Gaming APG?
Yeah, Dark Inside at the moment just both. All three of them were going from one side to another, and that is great shots from Tapping just to shut down and not allow the push. As long as the trade comes through each
They're down in like 10 basically. They're in 12. I was right. Get him. Get him for the stop. Hell yeah. It's gonna be a 4th and like 6, 4th and 7, somewhere on there.
Immediately backs up all the way with it. He's being hunted, but the cavalry is here.
Oh yeah.
Button's gonna try and lead the charge. Able to find the first kill. Gilkey able to find the second kill in the kill feed. Descendant trying to play his life, but here comes Gilkey. Gilkey gets the trade, and an amazing trade to spot out Descendant in the open top tower there, and deny that camo from having any power influence so far in this game.
Yeah, still a 3-kill game, and it will slow down yet again, and this might be the pattern that we see for the rest of this
What is
match.
APD or APG doing? Just like chilling in the back of
Wait for that
PD.
camo to spawn, and that's when you explode. That's when you go for your push, or you do it just before the camo's coming up, because then your reward for a successful push.
Oh, we're about to get stopped on the... Perfect. Hell yeah, ball rolled in the end zone. We're about to get backed up to literally like the 1-yard line if that shit didn't keep rolling.
Here comes the beat push as well. One player knocked in a shield, but so is Piggy. Piggy gets traded out, and that player that went into Tram came up driveway, and now all of a sudden is creating havoc. It's Gilkey. 9, 3, and 3 to start this game. 5 out. Native Gaming still have a 2-kill lead, but what a play from Native Gaming to create some space there.
Yeah, Native Gaming doing really well to just stop this push from Dark Inside each time. And as long as they can keep 2 or 3 kills ahead, as I say that, it drops down, and as I say that, it's suddenly a tied game. As I say that, Dark Inside take the lead. Now Native Gaming, they're going to be on the back foot.
A bit of an overextension from Native Gaming, immediately punished. Dark Inside now with control of the map, red gun in their favor, and the lead 25-24. Envor anchoring this driveway position, able to try and back tapping down, has APG in his reticle as well. Knows that APG is here, and tapping is playing towards heaven. So a ton of information for Dark Inside to try and play off of. They want to constrict a push here.
Camo's going to be coming up as well in 15 seconds, so that's why you see Envor just getting a little bit more aggressive, trying to take some space, trying to find an area on the map where maybe he can get angles. 3 dead on the side of Native at the perfect time, because this camouflage should be able to go into the hands of Dark
The
Inside.
second you spot 2 players PD side of the map, that's their key to push Cafe. They do so, they flank tapping top heaven, and they've built themselves a 2-kill lead. However, tapping still in the back of Tram, becoming a problem. Camo is going to be gone. Someone's going to have it on the map, may have been traded out, but Native Gaming have been able to flip the map and minimize the damage at Dark Inside. We're successful with that push.
Yeah, now Native just need to make
Dark
sure they
Inside.
don't run into the trap of Dark Inside.
Dude,
and
Picky's
set
getting his
themselves
ass
in
kicked,
1-1,
2-9,
falling
but he
like
does have
Fleming
10
just said.
assists though, at least.
Continue with this patience. It worked out early on. They could be rewarded with it again. There was just a couple of mistakes, a couple of missed nades that allowed Dark Inside to really take some map presence as the trade comes through.
I mean, it's fine. I don't know Piggy, but I know he put like a few. This is a while ago now, like months ago, before one of the events. He put out some tweet about how like he doesn't get any recognition and has to like do like twice as much as everybody else, yada yada. And then it's like every time I ever watch him, he's never doing it that great. He's never like.
The last time we saw a situation like this, it was a purple push that allowed Dark Inside to gain the lead to what it is. A 2-kill lead now, 31-29. The game slows down as the moment the pressure starts to build.
Izo with 12 kills, Piggy with 2, but has 10 assists on the board. So everyone playing their part on the side of Dark Inside now. It's been a very long tournament for them so far. They had to battle through the entirety of the open bracket, and they struggled in a couple of their games so far in pool play, but now they are taking Native Gaming right down to the wire here. And as Wes has alluded to, a reward would be a position in championship bracket in that elimination side, but Native get the opening here.
Gilkey with a double bottom middle breaks open any kind of control. Dark Inside wants that, playing his life around the shot perfectly. Dips, dives.
Oh, he dropped. That would have been so perfect.
Taken down, but not without being an absolute pain in the rear of Dark Inside. The game all of a sudden a 1-kill game as Gilk not only gets 2, buys time to
Mission stake in store in this drive. We can take the lead.
Finally gets traded out, but what a play to tie this game up at 33.
And this game just has the recipe.
I wonder if we get ball at half. I don't know.
You can already see it start to be cooked.
I think we do. I think Maryland got ball to start the game off.
Get eyes on it. Will use these nades just to maybe create a little bit of cover, but I think that's smart from him. He knew there was 2 players they were going to be over there, and it's just at the moment a gamble from one of these teams to try and get this camera.
Descendant trying to play his life here. Does he get around the corner? He does just that, but he loses 2 teammates, and because of it, Gilkey once again bottom middle becoming a problem. Picks up that camo. Piggy's going to be top tower. Piggy's surrounded. Piggy's eliminated.
Piggy's surrounded. Piggy's eliminated.
Going nowhere, but the
Poor
dead
Piggy.
cam as Barcode able to get that back smacked down. The last 2 players spotted in tires, and now now. Red gun camo. Oh no. Dark
Oh,
Inside fans.
no.
Gilkey has everything to play around.
Oh, no.
And has a ton
Oh,
of
no.
information as he spots
Oh,
multiple
no,
players
no,
go bottom
no,
driveway,
no,
tapping
no.
with a frag grenade kill in the feed. They're trying to make their way into Tram. It looks like they've been able to create some space here.
Good news is there's not much ammo left in this red gun, though, so at least there is that for the side of Dark Inside, as Gilkey will only fire a few and he'll be down to 0 and have to reconsider where he wants to approach. And, of course, the camouflage is now gone. 3 minutes left on the clock. The clock could very much become a part here as Gilkey uses those few bullets he has to get the kill.
What a push from Dark Inside to go up the stairs. They're able to trade it out. The player from Drop Tram able to get an angle onto the B player as well, so they get a couple of kills. They create some space here. Now all of a sudden, Native Gaming had complete control of the map. Now it's a fight for Cafe, and who's going to win it? It looks like Native Gaming have got the numbers.
Piggy was retarded. What the fuck did he think he was doing right there?
Dark Inside and Native Gaming.
Piggy was like, I'm just gonna sit right here and I'm gonna wait to die.
Yeah, nice 3-kill lead, and the game will slow
Like, that
down
was
yet
fucking
again.
dumb.
Keep an eye on where
I don't know what my man
sees
thought he was
information
doing.
here, so we can relay that to the rest of the team, because I imagine Dark Inside will try and push out over towards ramp side. It's very difficult when you get stuck in tram like this, with the camo also coming up in 18.
A lot of responsibility for APG here. He's trying to watch this entire Purple Street by himself. You've seen when the game slows down, Native Gaming in this position play heavy towards the PD. That means APG is on an island. And APG has got to make sure that he does not get pushed. It doesn't look like Dark Inside had the intention of pushing him. They're going to fight for the B side of the map. APG may have an opening here. APG may be able to get to an angle that's unsuspected. Piggy's going to shut that angle down from happening. Camo is up.
Native Gaming have actually been backing off of this one. They've said, look, we've got 1 minute 50 left on the clock. Dark Inside have to do something. Let's force them to make a move. We can use the camo as bait if we would like, but we have a 3-kill lead with very little time left here.
One of the straightest shooters in the history of Halo anchoring this Cafe side of the map right now, denying spikes from being part of the equation with the wing conditions starting to be minimalized here for Dark Inside. That camo is still up, and you can see Dark Inside starting to make their way towards the bottom of those B stairs. They're going to have the intention of going for it, but everyone looking for the first pick. Who's it going to be? When the domino first falls, so will the towers. Envor starting to deal damage top tower, but he can't advance on this camo. Everyone knows the moment is real here. Elimination of the tournament on the line, and here comes the camo grab. Great space created. They get away with it in the hands of Descendant. Gilkey making his way to Cafe, finds the kill, but the camouflage right gun player is going to be a problem. Tapping buttons now, tries to push, and it's denied. 2 go down.
Oh, this is a game
Gilkey
5,
falls
I just realized.
44-42.
Just like that, it's a 2-kill game. Descendant with the game potentially in his hands. He needs to find an angle here, needs to get an isolated fight. He finds one, and just like that, it's
What a
back
trade.
to 2, because that trade is massive.
That's a team nade from Dark Inside to take him down. Ezo finds himself an opening towards Cafe. He's going to back up.
Piggy's
47,
4 and
30
13.
seconds on the clock. You're down 3. You got to make a play, but you need Shield to do it. He's going to relocate with his team towards B. They all jump up. Barcode's by himself in red, but Barcode with a massive trade. 3 kills still needed. Ezo, the pressure's on. Tapping, making him work for it. They find the first kill. 3 players back tower. Ezo goes down. 8 seconds. 3 kills.
Yeah,
still
Native's got
separated.
this.
1 kill to go for Native. Barcode gets the kill, and Native Gaming will advance to bracket play.
What a
Oh, I
valiant
just missed the
effort
Michigan
from
State
Dark
drive. God damn it.
Inside as they take Native Gaming right down to the wire. But it is the team that started in pool play that will move forward in this tournament into that elimination bracket, and sadly it will be the end of the run for Dark Inside. But what a run it's been all the way through open bracket and taking this to a game 5.
The game couldn't.
So they're out already? They're not like, they don't drop down to losers bracket? I'm confused. Are we already in loser bracket? Well, we must be, right?
Show the ice in their veins, and they will advance to bracket play. Hats off to Dark Inside and the performance that they put on throughout the open bracket to get to this point, but they will be
that's kind of a shitty punt by
and will
Michigan
be
State.
eliminated here with this loss.
And of course, we are going to go for a quick break, but don't forget, the main stream is about to start. We'll have more matches here on the B stream as well. We'll see you all shortly.
There's nothing like a Wendy's Frosty.
It's only $1 right now. Wait, what?
Salt Lake City Major starts in Fort... So wait, they had to finish pool play? Dude, today, they're behind schedule then. This Major's gonna start. They're at least 2 hours behind me, so it's at least 3:51. Oh, 2:51. About to be 3. Can't do simple math sometimes, dude. Well, damn. Alright. I guess we be waiting, dude. What about... Hold up.
Goes to Dark Inside instead of Native Gaming. Now they have to wonder what's next.
All right, folks, pools, it's done. We know who's going through. The bracket will start soon.
I don't think I've ever
Get ourselves
seen
prepared
a tournament where pools...
come next. Don't go anywhere. You can watch it all here on LVT Halo. We also have the free-for-all.
Makes you wonder if they fucked something up and we're like behind schedule.
We'll be right back after this break.
Or if that was how it was supposed to be. HCS, Salt Lake City. Space Station Gaming. Spartan Zone only. This is kind of funny how they have them like a little like walled off area. Or fenced off, gated off, whatever. Oh, they're on a little platform too, actually. They're on like a little stage. That's cool. Maryland just had a running back get a false start because he fell over. Poor guy. Get him, boys. Hell yeah. 4th and 3. 4th and 3, 4th and 4, something like that. Good shit, Michigan State. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Well, 3 minutes. 2:50. Michigan State needs to get a stop. We need to go down the field, score at least a field goal, take the lead. And then, pretty positive, we get the ball to start the second half. We got the ball on the like 11-yard line.
Honey, do you want me to schedule Calvin's COVID-19 infusion shot?
Burm, 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 burm. We just don't have an offensive line, bro. We really don't. Two-minute warning. They're gonna go to. Dude, they literally just came back from a commercial break. Literally ran a play, and they're taking another. Dude, the amount of commercial breaks in college football is honestly insane.
Complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations. I just say, but I'm just the flu. It's him. Ooh, I'm just the flu.
Demand more from your flu shot. Sanofi higher dose flu vaccines are proven to provide better flu protection than standard dose flu shots in older adults. They've even been shown to better protect against flu-related complications.
Don't get Fluzone High Dose if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products, or after previous dose of flu vaccine.
Including egg products?
If you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components.
So if you're allergic to egg products, please don't take our our product.
Fainting has occurred. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response.
All flu shots are not the same. Ask for a Sanofi higher dose flu vaccine. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about Fluzone high dose.
I like how they're calling it a flu vaccine. But I thought the flu shot wasn't a vaccine. It was just a shot to make it so that if you got the flu, you didn't get it as bad. That's not a vaccine. The vaccine makes it so you can't get it, dude.
And your life's work deserves nothing less than a lifetime guarantee. You made a promise. So did we. DIAA's promise of a guaranteed retirement paycheck.
Like, who is this that I'm looking at right now? And I don't even think this is actually a team that's actually competing. I think they're just, like, fucking around, having, like, a match for fun. Hey, he's got APG.
Standstill for a second, but
wait, hold up. Did APG just put a...
short break.
He's put away a doob tube?
Hey, welcome back. Just a short break. We got the man that...
Pretty sure that's exactly what we just did.
But we're still kind of playing way too passive when we have advantages. We started to pick it up more so throughout the series, but...
All right, Michigan State.
Playing, but we still got to step it up, 100%.
Second and 10, 2 minutes left.
And so we're talking about your position. I felt like you were almost one of the most important players. You had that commando over.
Good catch, good pass.
Locking down your lane, keeping the other team in check. Can you walk me through what that process was like and what the comms were?
So I think the comms were there was 2 people B stairs. My teammates were all on PD side, D side. So I just knew that I could not die. If I died, then I just give them a free lane to push, and then they're all cornered. So I just basically just posted up. I think I was playing, or we were playing FaZe yesterday, and FaZe gets commandos like a motherfucker, and they always just post up with him just to hold it back. So I realized like halfway through that I was like, all right, like Alex had a good comment. He was like, yo, you're the one, and we say that when you're the one person on the island by yourself. He told me that. That's when I backed up behind the pillar with the commando. I don't know if you guys saw the triple, but I was sitting behind the pillar, waiting for them to come out, and just baited them in.
I was honestly so impressed with how you guys were able to clutch up in that series. Like, it was getting a little nervy for there, but hey, you get the job done. It's all about focusing for tomorrow. What's the big talking points as you guys get ready for your run in the championship bracket? Get yourselves prepared. Get yourself prepared.
We have to calm our comms down. We're way too hectic at times where we don't need to be. We're playing a lot of mumbo jumbo. We got to play more together, more directional communication, but it's mainly our comms. Our comms are our downfall and our strength. When we have good comms, that's when you see us playing well. When we have bad comms...
3rd and 3, come on, Michigan State. Did they just come back from another fucking time?
Take it all the way back, APG. What, 18 years you've been doing this, man?
Yes, sir.
Huge. Good first down.
To having a near 20
with a flag.
Halo career. That is insane.
You really want to know the secret?
I really do.
Giving a fuck. A lot of people don't give a fuck as much as they say they give a fuck, but they don't really know what it means to give a fuck until they've been in a situation where they have to give a fuck. Like, I didn't give a fuck in my Halo career, I don't think, until 2019 when I was on Tox. Well, I'll say 2018 when I was on Renegades. But that's when, like, I realized, okay, I have this opportunity in front of me. Sync by World 2 and Lethal asking me to team. I gotta, like, it's do or die. If I fuck this up, then I'm probably not gonna be on a good team again. And thankfully, the accolades I got through teaming with them and the time I had with them, the tenure and the optics on it, that I was like progressing. I was getting into that new tier of players, and now I'm here.
But that was around the time of your car accident too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, 2016 was a car accident.
2016.
Yeah, because that's when I was on optic the first time. I just stepped down like at that time. But that's when I started to like realize. That's also a good point. I started to realize then that this shit is not always going to be here, and you can't take life for granted or just this for granted. So, like when I just sit back and literally just stare at people playing, it like really put a lot into perspective. A lot.
Makes a lot of sense.
Just goes to show that in life sometimes it's like a slingshot, right? Your biggest drawbacks sometimes propel you forward. I relate to your story so much, not only since I've known you for all these 18 years, but I was in a car accident myself where my truck got rolled over and broke my neck. That's why I missed Atlanta. I still have complications from that years ago.
Oh my God, I didn't know that's what happened.
Yeah, and so I can relate to you, man, because you don't know what you got until you don't got it. And when you see others achieving it and taking the opportunities and dreams that you wanted to achieve for yourself.
Hey, Michigan State, catch that. Oh. Dude, Aiden Childs has too big of an arm, bro. He needs to learn how to reel it in a little bit.
Blessing in disguise if you turned it into one. We'd probably both rather have never gotten into that scenario, but there are opportunities and advantages to devastating moments in your life.
Yeah, you got to learn from it. It's all a lesson. Life's all about just learning and just progressing from your mistakes. So, I mean, I had the car accident. I realized then, I was like, all right, I got a blessing with Optic asking me to team. Nate had stepped down from their team, and I was the only person they could team with. And then that's right then and there, I was like, okay, I have to actually give a fuck. But when I moved to Dallas, I'd say that's when I like, when I talked also, and then when I moved to Dallas, that was like, all right, if I fuck this up, I gotta go back home. I don't want to go back home and go back to school. Like, I want to do my best here. So it's all about just caring, bro. People say that they care, but like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, they don't know what it's like to actually give a fuck. Like, you don't know how much work you put in until after you win the tournament, and then you're like, damn. That's what like it took to win the tournament, and you're like, I want that feeling again. Let me go do it again. Let me go do it again. And it's like I said before last time I was here, the greatest high you can get. Greatest high you can get.
I think the comfort in general stifles a lot of potential champions. Like if you just get too comfortable, like you're not going to try as hard, you're not going to care as much. Like you're just not going to bring the same level of energy as somebody who has their back against the wall. That's kind of like the story of the open bracket too, right? Like the people that want it more, that haven't been there before, are doing everything they can to get and achieve to where they want to be. And I don't know. It's so interesting to give a psychology behind it all, to be honest.
Another fucking commercial? Michigan State still had the ball.
I mean, honestly, Looney showed everybody, he proved all the doubters wrong. A lot of kids said he was an onliner.
Shout out to Looney too.
Dude's a beast. Dude's a beast. But I want to get back to what you were talking about with the communication. I saw like a few things that were kind of breaking down towards the beginning of the game when you guys were actually down, where like it felt like tapping was like 2 steps ahead of the rest of you guys. Like he kept trying to be the entry point, but then like either he's going too fast or nobody's following up on his action. And that's just kind of what it looks like from the outside looking in at times. Is that part of the strategy? Like, is there one particular player that's going to be the entry fragger, or is it just like whoever's in that spot should do it, and then we need to all support their action?
I'd say it's whoever's in that spot and you support them, but the thing is right now our pacing is off. So like if you see tapping 2 steps ahead, it's just because he's going too fast. Or sometimes we're being too slow. So it goes both ways, but we really got to work on our pacing. That was our issue even yesterday. Our pacing just got awful. Like we would be trying to make a play, but we'd be on the other side of the map and just timing would be off. So you're completely right.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys clicking, because I mean we saw how dangerous you guys are when you do kind of get into that like calm but precise communication and then like pouncing with advantage states and getting the most out of it. You guys were able to upset Optic. That was one of the most exciting series we saw in the online series. Do you know who you face off next in your first round of the lower bracket? Have you looked that far ahead?
I think we played the loser of Complexity in the Spanish team.
Okay.
I'm not 100% though. I'm not 100% on that.
Spanish team, big upset for them, but
they've been going crazy.
Been a crazy tournament. You got a lot to do to get yourself prepared. So just want to give you an opportunity. Like, is there anything that you haven't been able to say, or any questions that you wanted us to ask that we haven't been able to ask? Any last words before we go to break?
That was a good question when you asked me the key. But I mean, when I am done competing, I'm gonna write a 10 commandments on how to win, because I can talk about it all day, but to execute it on stage is a completely different story. But you guys always ask great questions. You guys always ask insightful questions. So basically it. That's all I can ask for. But for real, thank you, and thank you to everybody watching at home. Thank you for the support for myself and also Native Gaming. We appreciate you guys way more than you know. All the people that have been supporting me since Optic days. Really, really appreciate you guys. You guys have no fucking idea how much I really appreciate you guys.
If you take one thing, give a fuck, right?
Yes.
That's the one thing to take away from this. Folks, we're going to go to it. Make sure APG gets himself prepared for what he's got later on the day. But, hey, don't go anywhere. So much more coverage to happen on LBTA.
Peace out, you guys.
Second and 10. 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the game. Ball on the 34-yard line. The opposite 44 or 34. The opposite 34-yard line. Caught. Out of bounds. Clock stops. First down. Minute and 6 seconds. Another big catch and out of bounds. Let's go! Another first down, out of bounds. 1st and 10, 59 seconds left. On the opposite side of the field now. We only need like 1 or 2 more first downs and we're in field goal range. Maybe 2 more, probably. Yeah, like 2 more. Let's go! Go, go, go. Quick, 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 quick. Fast, 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 fast. So the clock's going to stop to move the chains. $17 seconds. Hurry up. Come on, hurry up. You don't have much time to fuck with. Oh, we got sacked. Come on. All right, timeout, 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 timeout. You got to call it timeout. Dude, we wasted an extra 3 seconds to call that timeout, which is huge. That's literally huge. Damn, that really sucks. We were driving, too. We just don't have a line, bro. Poor Aiden Childs. If Michigan State had an offensive line, he could probably be making plays, but...
Goodness me, do we have some things to report? Was unbelievable, quite frankly, like dead serious, unbelievable. I'm joined by some incredible people as well. Clutch, Golden Boy Walshy. I'm not ready to tell viewers about what's been going on all morning long. It has been wild. There has been upsets. There's been Cinderella stories emerging as well from the open brackets. You will not believe your eyes if you have not been following all morning.
Damn, we're kicking a long field goal.
I have some news for you. Our pool play updates are quite wild. Wes. Again,
55 yard.
One saying I wouldn't have believed what
and he made.
nope.
It had the distance though. Damn.
Forward. Tell the people.
Unpredictable is how these.
Oh, there's a flag
throughout all of yesterday, and of course today. The open bracket teams who usually don't make any.
Hold up. Hey, we get to kick the field goal again.
The backfield unabated. Shave it down to a 50-yarder now. Trying to send Michigan State to the locker room with the lead is Jonathan Kim.
You got this, Johnny Kim. You got this, Kimmy boy. He got it this time. He got it. Let's go. Michigan State goes in the halftime up 17-14. Hell yeah.
Struggling in the early parts of this game, and it was certainly reflected, obviously, in the scoreboard there and in the results. But, you know, I don't want to take that away from Alpha because, to be completely honest with you, Alpha were playing phenomenal. The man on your screen right there, Noble, that we saw briefly, an absolute camo god. This dude, and the way that Alpha were prioritizing the utility, the power items as they were collecting them around the map, so expertly done. And you could just tell how much it meant to these boys and how they picked up that win. They came into this one certainly with, you know, a lot of the cards stacked against them, but they showed up big time, picked up massive wins, and showed no fear on that stage, which is exactly what you want to do if you want to contend with the best in the world.
That guy Noble in that final map, by the way, had a 1.65. He finished that series off hot, started it strong. Walshy, you couldn't ask for anything more out of this LATAM team. How do you feel like they're going to fare for the rest of the competition?
I mean, if they keep playing like they were today, I see great hope for them throughout the rest of this bracket. I mean, it's not just a fluke just winning one match against Sentinels. They beat Ascent baseline. They're going to be going into the upper bracket as they start their day today. Yes, it's going to be a tough bracket ahead of them, but regardless, the way I saw Noble playing, the way I saw each of these players giving every small advantage they could, winning all those small exchanges, it just added up.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about Alpha for a couple of reasons, just in terms of the bracket as well and kind of where they've ended up. And I believe they're with Complexity. So this could actually be some really good things for them. I think Complexity is a nice test for them coming up next. Although we thought Sentinels would be that big dog to take them out potentially as well. But Alpha, they're looking primed and ready to go. Do you think they're ready for the coal smoke?
It'll be interesting. I think the question leaving yesterday, you asked me what my final thoughts were at the end of the show yesterday, and it was, is Complexity going to be consistent this weekend with what they showed us? If Complexity can play at the level they did yesterday, I think that they're going to handle this Alpha team even as well as Alpha is playing. But that being said, Complexity have not showed any level of consistency throughout this year that have led me to believe that that's going to be the case. So Alpha Esports, a very live underdog going into that series, and the winner will at least, at minimum, get top 6 from that series. An exciting opportunity for both of those two teams.
Yeah, and just to echo what you were saying before about Complexity, you know, that's also like the big concern as well, right? Did you just happen to have like a god day on Friday? Can you keep this consistency moving forward? I think, you know, when you look at the players on the team, it should be, you're expecting them to do so. But this is going to be a very interesting challenge here. And honestly, another thing too to keep in mind as we continue the conversation, show the B-roll for Alpha and, versus Space Station earlier, they played SSG pretty well too.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, granted, look, SSG's coming into this event hot. A lot of us have predicted them to win, but Alpha was giving them a fight for a little while there. So this is a team that I think can really turn some heads. And I'm just overall stoked for the LATAM community because this is exactly what you want to see going in to our World Championship.
I think also coming back to Sentinels, because this is going to be a big shock, I think, for a lot of fans. I mean, I'm sure it's a shock for you, considering you had Sentinels kind of on your...
Don't rub it in.
I know. On your predictions, kind of hoping that they would make some sort of run here, and it is... Ended in, I know, it's ended in tears, to be perfectly honest. But Walshy, when you're looking at the rest of the season now for Sentinels, obviously Worlds around the corner, this does not bode well in terms of kind of what they have been trying to put on the drawing board, improve on. This is not what they wanted. What was it? Was it a bad day? Is that kind of what you're seeing? Is it fundamental issues? Was it a player, perspective that just really wasn't kind of clicking with the rest of the team? What did you notice?
I mean, you did see a slow start from Precision on game number 1, but the rest of the series, he was looking incredible. So you can't really blame it on any single player there. It just felt like every single exchange was slightly going in the favor of those members on Alpha.
Yeah.
Felt like every single time a member of Alpha won a fight and then get a melee out, or they would finish the fight and then get the next kill. And it felt like every single little thing just went right for them.
Yeah, it certainly did indeed, and went right for a bunch of other teams as well, because let's take a look right now at our brackets. We'll start with the elimination side of things. Cloud9, Sentinels, Quadrant, Native Gaming, all primed, ready to go. Can Sentinels make that dream run? That is the question. I think they could possibly bounce back here and see exactly how things are going to be going, but yes, stacked up in the quarterfinals. We're seeing Space Station versus Optic Gaming in that first quarter, Space Clan versus ITB, Shopify versus Pure, and Complexity matchup against Alpha Esports. I think some incredible matchups, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm definitely looking forward to that Space Station Gaming, Optic Gaming. The Shopify Rebellion versus Pure, I think is going to be ever so spicy, Wes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an underrated series right there. And the winner of that series gets to play the winner of the Complexity Alpha Esports series for a chance in winners finals. One of those two teams in Pure or Shopify, they're both looking at that bracket like, all right, this is the actual series that matters the most here tonight. Because if we win this, we're going to be heavily favored and comfortable going against whoever we play in the next round. That Pure Shopify has so much history between those players as well that I couldn't be more excited. I think their play styles are so similar as well. And their road pass also. They're the young guns on the new ground. They're the players trying to prove themselves. Shopify have consistently been there, but Pure have given you every reason to believe that they can win that series.
I'm also loving what I'm seeing out of Shopify in terms of resilience as well. We saw them actually reverse sweep yesterday, so that was something that I had a question mark over. Not a great start for them, although they typically have a really lovely start on a day one in pool play. But the fact that they were able to bounce back mentally, we're talking about their mentality a lot as well with Shopify Rebellion, especially on a Sunday. But to see them have that kind of fortitude mentally as a team to be able to overcome some hiccups in the first 2 maps and to reverse sweep, I think that bodes really well for them on this journey as well. So excited to see that matchup and how that one plays out on their journey as well in the championship bracket. Let's talk talk about the other quarterfinals as well. SSG versus Optic Gaming. Something we don't often see this early on, and usually that's because it's a FaZe versus Optic that we often see in this quarterfinal position. But because of Atlanta, because of some crazy upsets that were happening before, we're seeing it this time around. Your hometown team versus Optic Gaming, the green wall. Looking across some of the stats here from Atlanta in the grand finals, Space Station Gaming honestly kind of wiped the floor with them. The dominance coming in that grand finals from Space Station, looking really good for them. But this time around, are we seeing a different Optic Gaming? Are we able to see them bounce back? They've had a bit of a tough day one. So a lot of question marks, I think, coming into the series.
We're seeing a different Optic Gaming, but not for the better. Right now, Optic Gaming have not showed us their A game so far this tournament. Not even a B game, honestly. Maybe not even a C. They got 3-0'd by Complexity, and you know that's in the back of their heads as far as are things off this weekend. Foreman was the only standout player on this team yesterday, and he gave them everything they needed to be even in this position, I would say. You're going to need more from everybody, and I know Deadzone's not feeling well, but you got to find a way to have the Jordan flu game. You got to find a way to overcome that. If it's other players stepping up, Trippy, Lucy, we need you to have big-time series, because if you do win this series, that's massive for your mentality going into the next series. But if you lose this, and it's as ugly as the grand finals was back in Atlanta, that elimination bracket is going to be very difficult to rebound in with a positive mentality.
Something I do want to highlight, though, is that coming out of those last few Optic games, credit to Deadzone, actually. He had been stepping up, you know, despite him being ill and not feeling all that hot. Did actually see him in the back. Said, you know, asked him how he was doing. Said he's actually feeling a little bit better today.
Good
so
news.
that's good. That's a plus, right? That's what you want to hear. But I think this is also going to be a really interesting situation as well, because typically, you know, like when Optic plays, Optic have a pretty big fan base cheering them on. This time around, though, you know, you got the SSG fans out here in full force as well, because this is SSG's home event. You can hear them.
There they are.
So this is going to be interesting territory, right? Optic's usually the ones playing with all the fans behind them, but now SSG has that, and one has to wonder, could that pressure, you know, be a little bit too much here for SSG? They've done it before, though, don't get me wrong. So, and also, those guys are cool as a cucumber, but oh boy, it's going to be awesome. Look at that, they're dueling champs already.
They're getting things going, kicked off. This is amazing. They really are the fifth man of that Space Station Gaming roster. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
We will get into that a little bit more later on as it's our first match, but I want to talk about Alpha versus Complexity as well, and a little bit of a star matchup, Acid versus Breaking Shot. Now, I could honestly talk about Breaking Shot all day because of yesterday, and Walshy, he really was the star of the show, that Complexity roster. He was amazing. Talk to us a little bit about why he's really stepping up for his team and the pivotal role he's really retaining.
Well, I feel like if you're able to step up against someone like Optic, it just shows that you can play against any top roster. Optic's just been such a solid team all year long, and yes, you're kicking them all the way down. They're clearly having a weaker event so far, but to show up against the superstars like Lucid, Formal, and crew, it just speaks volumes.
Yeah, and against Quadrant as well, right? They also did it against Quadrant. So I think, like, his Complexity team, they are, like, they're playing incredible Halo right now. If they can just keep it going. I just want to see them keep it going. And I think, you know, Ryan would, you know, whip the troops into play there.
I think he will indeed, and I also think this matchup is going to be a lot spicier than we think as well, just because of how Alpha are also playing. So they're coming off momentum, they're coming off hot, they're feeling themselves right now. They have just made the impossible happen for them. So this is huge, and I'm excited to see them ride that high, especially into Complexity's high as well. We'll see that matchup a little later on. But we also have FaZe versus ITB, and arguably probably one of the easier quarterfinals, to be perfectly honest. No disrespect there to ITB, but if you're looking at the KD leaderboard, you got Royal 2 and Snakebite right at the top there, not an ITB member in sight. FaZe Clan, they were looking absolutely amazing. Whereas yesterday,
I'm sorry, Breaking Shot looks weird in this
things
picture.
have been going really, really well for them. Yes, maybe some of the objective efficiency questioned, but you know those boys. They're going to be going back and making sure they're working on what they need to work on. The base is there. That's something we talked about. How are you feeling about FaZe?
Feeling good about them individually. Usually when you see these individual highlight reels from just about every single player on the team at one point in that series against Pure, you're thinking FaZe are here to play their best. The efficiency, the teamwork, I feel like that'll start to click. They'll start to get momentum there, but guns were hot yesterday. Frosty put on an absolute clinic on Empyrean. Snakebite had the definition of a perfect Game 5 to get his team over the hump. I think that's a big shout out to Pure and how they were able to, even with FaZe playing so hot, push FaZe the distance. That's got to bode well for their confidence. But I have a ton of confidence in what I saw from FaZe to be a live threat in this tournament. I know that they're kicking themselves with a chip on their shoulder from their placing in Atlanta. I do not expect to see anything like that come this championship bracket. And we're here with a nice series to kick it off with against ITB, which I think can get the ball rolling early on Saturday.
Well, with these quarterfinals, not only do they mean pushing forward through the championship bracket on the right side of things, but it also means world qualifications. There's a lot on the line here this weekend at this major, and these matches, they start things off hot. So each of these teams, they have the chance to qualify for Seattle, Washington, the home of Halo, and this is the chip they're all gunning for. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys go get your tickets right now and join us there live.
I'll be there, baby.
Where can you watch this weekend, folks? Well, we have different streams for you to catch all of the action, of course, across Twitch and YouTube, 4 to be exact. 2 of those are going to be casted, and then if any of your teams fall onto the others, make sure you're tuning in to support your favorites as well in Salt Lake City. What do you get for watching? You have tons of Twitch drops coming your way. Open all your tabs, folks. I got all mine open here on my Surface, and make sure you're watching for at least 9 hours. That's what I'm saying. 9 hours to get all of those weapon charms, the coatings. You need all of these goodies in game to make sure you look the coolest amongst all of your friends.
We're always
that
working.
is for sure.
We're always working when this is happening. You got a laptop.
I know. I come prepared.
Cynthia up with the stream? My mom keeps it up for me. She gets me all the drops. Mama Price.
You work for the company, though.
You would think I would get free drops. You would think, Dashi.
Yeah, you would think, but I have come prepared. If you guys need something, just let me know, and we can try and get some tablets.
Newbie for Lion.
Well.
Yeah. You got a laptop right there?
Yeah.
I do have a laptop. I tell you what, though, on my laptop, I know that we also will be starting our first match very shortly, and it will be Space Station versus Optic. Probably one of the biggest bangers that we have coming
Space Station versus Optic, dude. 2 absolute powerhouses, 2 Titans gunning for that trophy because they will not settle for anything less. Space Station Gaming versus Optic Gaming. Let's see these teams. This is cool. It's bound. Stellar. Still stellar. It's funny. Eco, Legend, Bound, Stellar. From left to right. Oh god, it's formal. He's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I'm going back to COD after this shit. He's like, did you guys see it be Black Ops 6? It looks wild. Good old Trippies. It must be Dead Zone. Back to Trippies. Formal, Lucid, Dead Zone, Trippy.
All right,
Halo
hometown team,
heads
let's talk
for
about
SSG.
the Green Wolf first, okay? Bear with us. We're going to get through Optic Gaming, and this team, they've had a difficult pool play day yesterday.
That lady in the
It was
SSG
for
jersey
many
sitting next to
different
him
reasons
seems
outside
too
of
old
their
to be
control, but
like
that's
that.
what makes
I don't mean too
greatness
old like
is
she
when
shouldn't be
you
there. I
can
just mean
still
like
get the
you
job
wouldn't
done,
expect
when
to
you can
see
still be
someone
in
that
this
old there.
quarterfinal position against the best in the world, considering all of the things that you cannot control, the physical things that are happening outside of game. That just shows how good you truly are as a team. How are you feeling about Optic Gaming coming into day 2?
I feel good about Optic still. I know they didn't play to their standard yesterday, and I think that we're going to see an extra motivated Optic Gaming. We're going to see some fired up Green Wall players on that side of the stage, and I think if you're going to try and take down SSG, your best chance is earlier in the bracket, because when that ball starts to roll downhill and those boys get moving on the
Old
map,
foes,
the way
5th
they
matchup
feel
this year.
comfortable,
SSG
they're a
is
tough
3-1
team
against them.
to beat. So this is Optic's best chance, in my opinion, at creating this upset and finding a way to advance in the winner's bracket.
It certainly is indeed. I loved what Lucid said yesterday at the end of his match on the main stage, where he said, look, it was messy, it wasn't great. He didn't even mention, what was happening outside of the game. It was more inside of the game. It's all business. They're coming in with a clean slate. This will not be happening this time around, especially against Space Station Gaming. How are you feeling about what Lucid said, Golden Boy? Because he believes in his team still.
Yeah, no, it gives me
It's
a lot
just
of
me, or
confidence
is like
that
not a
to
good
what
sign
Wes
that
was
like
saying
none of them
earlier
are
as well,
speaking to
and
each
I
other
think
at
Lucid
all.
definitely
I would
has,
think before the game you want to be kind of
reading
either
out
like
the
a little
situation,
loose,
even
or you
he's
want to
there
be
with the
like
squad,
talking
trying to figure
like
things out. I think they know, right? That
strats
it's not
and
the start
shit.
that they had wanted, but it's the start
Instead
that they
they're all
ended up
just like
getting.
perfectly
And
like
it's basically taking lemons and
locked
turning it into
in,
lemonade
quiet
here.
looking.
And look, if there is a team to do it, it would be Optic. Problem is, you're running to a brick wall in SSG. This is a squad that you faced off against time and time again. This is our freaking Atlanta finals. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing it in the quarters. No big deal, right? So it's like really wild how we've gotten up to this point. But I do genuinely believe that Optic, they're in a, they have to be, and they need to be, but I do believe they will be in a much better mental space going into this one.
And I also believe that Optic always rise to the occasion. They go against any of the top squads.
Yeah.
That's when you're seeing the best out of some of these players. Yes, maybe Lucid wasn't playing his superstar self in that series against Complexity, but you know when he goes against the likes of a FaZe, a Space Station, a Shopify, you are going to see Lucid popping off.
Yeah. I think if you got to watch one player on the green wall side, it's got to be Trippy. I need a big series from Trippy to make this upset a reality. I haven't seen a big series from Trippy. I'm talking about big numbers, 1.25s or better. When Optic was dominant in Halo Infinite, it was on the back of Trippy being him. If Trippy can be him in this series,
have him being
Optic will have a
Himothy.
lot of success and
Trippy needs to be
opportunity take this
Himothy,
thing.
dude.
They certainly will indeed. On the other side of things, though, crowd, let's talk about Space Station Gaming, the kings of Salt Lake City, and they're here to try and get that throne once again. They're not giving their hometown to anyone else, and they're going to start here in these quarterfinals. Space Station have looked formidable so far in this tournament, and they're not stopping here. What are you loving about them right now, Golden Boy? What is gelling for you? What is clicking as a team that just makes you believe in this roster?
Well, I think at any point in time, you look at these 4 players here, and someone can go off. It doesn't matter who it is, right? They all have the capability to do it. I firmly believe Stellar's still one of the best players in the world, if not, top 2, right? Like,
no one's going to debate that.
Yeah, you're fighting on that one. Wait, Golden Boy. Legend's on the team, so it's kind of hard to argue it because Legend's there too.
100%.
So it's like you got 2 players who can arguably make the case for best player in the world here, and then you got Bound who can also make a case, and you got Eco who can also make a case. So it's kind of like ridiculous, it's a little unfair.
Kind of crazy.
This team is genuinely phenomenal, and even when they're pushed to the limit, they find a way to always overcome those situations, and that just comes with their diligence, their teamwork, and what they have brought to the table here time and time again throughout the season. It's a testament to their success and what they've achieved, and honestly, I see no reason why I would doubt them going into this series, especially after what happened yesterday.
This team is suffocating. This team is the best team in the world at setting the pace. You got to play Space Station's game when you play Space Station, and I think that is such a difficult thing to try and overcome, to deal with. And when that pressure starts to get downhill, when they find that first kill, the door is kicked open, and the rest of SSG are going to be here quick. And that is why they're so successful. They are so efficient because they move so fast on the map that by the time you're reacting to player 1, player 2, player 3, and player 4 are already got you in their sights. And these guys are flawless when they get moving on the map. I can't wait to see how Optic try to deal with this pressure, because early in pool play, they look like SSG to me. Even with the meta shift, they look like they are relentless.
We were joking about that too, because we were like, damn, you actually have no idea that they changed the rate of fire on the band with the way that these guys are
with how fast they're still playing and stuff. Yeah, it is unbelievable. I also think that SSG, when I look at their roster compared to the rest of the big 3, I view them as having 4 players who can be absolutely completely aggressive, like Wes is calling out. Whereas when I look at someone like FaZe or Optic, I think of someone like a Formal or Royal 2, who's a bit slower paced, who's more methodical as they move across the map.
Oddball live fire to start off.
Yeah, indeed. I'm looking across right now at the
Ooh, that game 4, CTF Forbidden. I really like Forbidden, dude. Everyone else hates on it and thinks it sucks, but I really like that map. It's one of my best maps, personally.
Often in big stakes,
I've had some of my best games on that map.
What are you kind of picking out here for Optic Gaming in
Especially in
particular?
ranked.
Because often Space Station get the better of them. I think they've only got 1 win against Space Station this season. And yeah, we need something, some hope for the green wall here.
I mean, Livefire Oddball is a good game type here for Optic. When you think of the teams that rotate the ball the best,
Oh, the state game starting or getting ready to come back, I think.
You see Optic rotate the ball better
Been a
than
long
any of the
halftime.
top 3 on this map.
Holistically, rule of thumb, when these 2 teams match up, you're looking for bigger, smaller maps across the layout. You're seeing some bigger maps across that. Forbidden CTF, a very strong Optic Gaming map. You want to see those larger maps to make that distance a little bit longer for SSG to try to travel, to be able to sandwich, to be able to collapse. You're not able to play as fast on those big maps like Recharge and like Forbidden. I love this outlay for Optic, but we'll have to see if they actually have what it takes to slow down SSG.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see that right in the beginning as well. I think we'll know what Optic Gaming roster we're getting right from the get-go in this first
hold
map,
up.
if they're feeling comfortable, if the
Interview with
teamwork
Michigan
is
State's
there.
coach.
All our stuff, but finished at the end of the half. We'll take the field goal. We could have handled the clock, I think, a little bit better.
you back upstairs into the booth. Jason Ross Jr., Anthony Herron. Heck of a first half to open up conference play.
Time to jump into our quarterfinal matchup, which was our grand finals in Atlanta. And it's Optic Gaming going up against Space Station. And you got some absolute heavy hitters out on the field, but it honestly doesn't get any better than this. This right here is a big fight feel. And let's get into the action and kick things off with Eco.
Eco doing the immediate flank. Most of the times when somebody is spawned over at back, they're just holding people off at pillars. Instead, he rotates all the way through, and that's why he gets that surprising shot in the back of the member of Optic.
SSG are going to be the ones to strike blood first here as they manage to get a few points on the board, but it's
he should not take that out.
Crazy amount. They're only 4 accrued for the total. And now we see what Lucy can do here.
That was a bad return by Michigan State, but we do get the ball start second half though. That's nice.
So talented, but without a doubt, though, this is going to be one of the toughest challenges yet. Legend getting out of there with the translocator. Not wanting to be a part of that battle. The moment he saw that the pressure was coming in from sandbags. Here comes the push, though, and he managed to take
probably a good thing he didn't go up, though.
That's going to clear things up a little
I guess he died either way.
And that's 3 down now for Optic Gaming. SSG starting off nice.
Yeah, Optic were getting a little scrappy that time, trying to get that first ball rotation in unsuccessfully. And now it's Space Station's turn to see how much control that they can get across the map. They find Formal down low, and that's too many members of Space Station weak down low. Optic are going to be on the charge and push across, but it looks like Dead Zone and Trippy both taken out. It's all up to Lucid.
Yeah, another 3 down situation here for Optic Gaming. Make that 4 as Formal's going to be the one coming up off of the respawn here. And this is pretty much par for the course of what we come to expect between these two teams. Heavy swings back and forth. That's of course bound now, trying to get eyes.
Hey, stay ready, your NFL. I wasn't even looking. Did you get a first down? He did. First play, run, gets first down. Hell yeah.
And a very strong set they have right now. I like this rotation from Bound. He knows that players are going to be coming over towards Bags or Hedor.
Good read.
Needs that nade. What's Lucis going to do? Lucis going to pop out, get that finish, and that's going to be 3 down for Space Station Gaming.
Big opportunity here now for Optic. They're going to try and force this.
Run, Aiden, run.
Over to a safe position here. Legend now trying to make this one difficult. Brilliant play ball for Space Station, putting that one in the middle of the open field.
He threw an interception, but it was caught out of bounds, so it doesn't matter.
They were able to successfully grab.
I feel like he should have just ran with that one. Could have got like a yard or 2.
Here in just a few.
And look at this. Lucid being the main ball holder here for Optic Gaming. This is a spot that usually don't see him being the main objective player, but instead he is taking it on his own shoulders. He's doing such a good job getting that ball time, rotating the ball away, and passing it on over to Trippy.
Formal's trying to wait for that translocator to player to pop back up if they end up getting pressured. Stellar, and there goes that player as Bound, right? He likes to make those really, gutsy plays with that translocator, and he gets right back into the action.
Hike the ball. Ooh.
And now we're seeing the Space Station start to fall apart here.
Dude, Michigan State just doesn't have an offensive line. We've got decent running backs and wide receivers and shit like that, but our offensive line is just no bueno.
For Legend over in Garage. Unreal.
Brilliant work from Optic thus far, keeping Space Station at bay. But
hey, Dead Zone has a camera on this time. He's like, I'm feeling better today. You can put a camera on my face.
There comes a big push coming in, but they are able to get the kill. So Dead Zone, good for the trade on that one. It's going to allow Optic Game to get that ball again. 3 down yet again. Optic just continuing to stop Space Station in their tracks.
And for the first time, we're actually seeing the ball rotated towards
all right, 3rd and 10.
Green, which
Let's get it, Michigan State.
Ball scenario if they need it. So every other time thus far, when the ball's been under control, it's
hey, picked up the first down. Hell yeah.
Near key door, and the other team's able to grab it as soon as they get the kills.
Ooh, Lucid was trying to get a little ambitious there with that repulsor, but does not work out for him. They end up giving up the sniper rifle as a result of that. Ball gets played, and the movement happens immediately. You also see where those spawns are coming in as well. It's going to, let the boys know in Space Station Gaming where they can move this. Be mindful, though. You're going to see Trippy pushing in from green. Could cause a problem for Stellar, and then if he decides to go out the window, Dead Zone will be there to meet him.
Ooh, good snipe.
But he tries to turn around for another shot, but Trippy's there for the pickup.
That would have been
1st and 10.
Dead Zone did not hit that
run play. Ooh, picks up good yard. Ooh, he's gonna go. Keep going. Good run. Picked up like 20, I think. Roughly 20, somewhere around there.
Dead Zone over at the cuts.
And you can see Eco still hanging out by Camo. So
Michigan State's offense is looking a lot better today, though, than they did against FAU. I will say that. Like, their offensive line still looks pretty bad, but they're definitely doing better today. I mean, they already scored 1 more point.
There's like no setups from either of these teams right now. It's just grapping up a few times in an interim setup and just fighting away. These teams are both so evenly matched.
Shots, you gotta hit it. Where's his teammate?
Hey, some sort of trick play going on right now. Ooh, Aiden Childs just threw a block. First down, Michigan State. Hell yeah. Pickup of like 14.
Is going to get stopped there by Stellar.
Literally Aiden Childs just, our quarterback just blocked him, dude.
You're not seeing anything chained together. As soon as a player gets a kill and they know they have some damage and advantage, player comes flying on through to finish that off. Just these players are so good at calling out and giving their best.
Good shit.
So players can get those finishes.
All right, we got a camo pickup here for Stellar and the boys in Space Station Gaming. Optic.
Love to see that, dude. Quarterback making a big block like that. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Find a way to get back in. And okay, oh, wait a minute. Actually, Trippy finds him right in front. Camo's going to stay alive, but good pressure there, forcing Stellar in a bad position.
Michigan State's been marching.
To move in there for the pick, and now you got an Optic Gaming that has to be feeling pretty
oops, some sort of flag.
Yeah,
You just lost like 3 yards, but there's a flag.
More than a couple seconds. Help is on the way.
Space Station Gaming do
probably on us. Probably holding or some shit. Hopefully on them though.
Trippy though's going to need to slow things down a bit.
Yeah, holding.
No one's really going to
Damn.
be sniffing him out here, but he opts now to make this push right inside. But he's going to be dealing with so many members of Space Station. He does not have the help to be able to back him up on that. But did he pepper
Michigan State just needs to at least get a field goal on this drive right here. We're already up by a field goal. Our defense has been playing all right today. Our offense has been playing way better.
Just to get that wall glitch advantage, just to try to peek shot, or if he just
we just got to get points in this drive, even if the points are only 3, you know?
This player has help, and they are charging at me.
It's 1st and 20 now, because that that penalty. And we're basically in field goal range already.
He's trying to find another. The shots are crisp. He's hitting them. He's feeling himself. That's scary for everyone else in the server.
Ooh, big throw, big throw. He just threw an interception in the fucking end. Come on, Aiden Childs, dude. What are you doing, bro?
Took the lead and counting. They're going to get another push here, coming over toward that green side of the map. Dead zone's weak, so you can't really
because he
contest on this one. Ball
overthrew.
gets played. Lucid.
I was literally just saying we gotta get points this drive, even if it's only 3. And then what do we do? Not get points.
The game changer here is just a simple killing spree between these two teams. That's what's been the difference between Space Station getting now this 14-point lead.
Brilliant start here for both squads. Who's going to be able to lock out that first round? It might very well be Space Station with the way that they're playing. They're at 91 points to the 77 for Optic Gaming, but remember, it's oddball. So pick up that ball. It's very possible to be able to come back into this one. You just got to get that position, which we really haven't seen that much, Dave. We haven't seen players be able to get comfortable with a setup outside of like the few garage setups that we've seen.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, it hasn't been any of these full steps, but here we have Optic. Formal needs to hit one of these snipe bullets, get one of these players weak. Ball carriers already one shot, and they're just all trapped at tower. They're getting collapsed in on. Now, how does Optic break out?
Ooh, good no scope.
Only 9 seconds left for Optic to close this one out. Where's Bound at?
Is anyone there to stop him? Formal's running away with it. 2 seconds remaining. No one can stop him. And Optic Gaming strike first. And they get that first round locked in. Space Station.
Damn, there's a good amount of people there.
But this is going to be a long one.
This is going to be a long, great series. And like I said, Optic always rises to the occasion. Doesn't matter if they had a rough pool play yesterday. They are going against Space Station, the team favorite going into this event.
Ooh, that was a great bank nade there.
Formal's nade kind of fucked his teammate though more than it did.
Look at that. Bye-bye. See you later. Take a trip down to the water. And they got themselves that sniper rifle here. No ball control yet. Camel's going to be popping up in just a moment.
No cameras in any of the players anymore now?
3 seconds for that camouflage, and Dead Zone's got eyes on him.
Ooh, went like right through his legs, yeah.
What shenanigans is that? Unbelievable.
Taken out by his former teammate Stellar there, and that's going to be Camo going in the hands of Eco. The push is coming in. Ball did not get played. Ball did not get played, so all these kills going in favor of Space Station is just going to extend their setup.
And you can see where these spawns are starting to pop up here toward green, right? Great positioning here by Eco. You got Stellar on the push, so he knows exactly what to be expecting, and Stellar's got help, so he's going to go for this fight. Lucid, a little weak on that one. That's a clean kill there for Eco, courtesy of Stellar.
And with green getting cleared out, I wouldn't be surprised to see ball rotate on over towards green, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now, I believe, from Stellar. As you clear out that green setup from tower, you have to know that players can be pushing over from bags or from silo. And your safest play is just to rotate the ball over to the area that you just cleared out.
Bro, Bound is unbelievable, holding down the mud by himself here. He was getting pressure from all different angles and instead just holds his ground. But it does end up conceding the ball, and that shot was just a little bit to the right on that. Unfortunate for him. Pound actually takes no damage off of that exchange, so he's good to make this push happen. He can go ahead and charge this with his buddies. You got Formal and Trippy on the fight over there toward the camo side of the map, but Legend's good for it. He gets himself yet another double kill. This kid is insane, man.
Yeah, Bound is just absolutely going off here. Legend, like you said, 20 kills, almost the most time for his team as well, just doing it all.
39-23 is the score.
Yeah, come on, Aiden Childs. You can't throw an interception right there, buddy.
HCS Atlanta's finals happening in the quarterfinals. And we also got to set the tone for what's at stake here. You win this, you qualify for the Halo World Championship. What everyone is here for, what they, you know, the big shebang, the big kahuna, if you will, Dave.
All right, we just got to get a stop on defense now. If we can get a stop on defense, no harm, no foul, bro, you know? We're still up by a field goal.
Here at Saturday's HCS Salt Lake City. Big melee there, a key door.
Perfect bait. Just knowing that somebody's going to go out to help finish off Trippy. Must have heard those footsteps, sprinting through key door, getting that back smack, and saving Trippy's life at that last moment.
Sniper's going to be coming up here, but got another camo now. This time it's going to be in Optic's hands. Space Station have been doing a pretty decent job of controlling a lot of the power items that pop up on the map here.
Maryland just had. He caught that? No way.
Be a little bit weak. No.
Well, it's the finish. Well, a little scary.
You really can't let Maryland score a touchdown here.
Like, what's the most
they tie it with a field goal, not the end of the world. But
in your own head, instead there, he just botched a shot or two, eventually able to clear it up, but not the value you want to get out of that camo.
Well, let's see if Trippy can get value out of the sniper. Clutch was talking about wanting to see a little bit more from this guy.
Looks like he's got another first down.
As it stands right now, he's mostly just been a role player for the team, playing a lot of that objective efficiency. Is we've come to know Trippy to do on occasion here, burning a little bit of that ammo as well, just not trying to give Space Station an opportunity with that power weapon here. And Optic do manage to take that lead back again, but this is just going back and forth like a seesaw, man.
Like a seesaw, man.
Much closer than this. Once again, tied up in the middle of this game. It's not like one team's getting a 50 to 75 point lead and the other team's getting another setup. It's just these small 10 to 25 point runs from each of these squads.
Okay, well, Dead Zone's feeling himself here. Stellar's trying to push up for this. That nade might actually be Stellar's doom, but
I didn't see where that second grenade went. Felt like that spike grenade either instantly exploded a little bit earlier or just was off the rail. I don't know.
Faded into oblivion. Probably. Now, did that ball end up getting played? I don't think so. It's actually down toward the mud, yeah.
Hey, good stop, defense. Loss of like 2,
that's
I
also
think.
The second time we've
at least
seen
a yard.
Ball reset. Neither of these teams opting to refresh that ball. Instead, they're just too focused on the slays.
Eco sees where that push was going to be coming from with the ball, so is Bound making that call out happen, but Lucid was there to catch him on the cut, tag him up a few times here, and Bound doing his best to just move around this, but of course, Lucid is going to be able to get the better here. Stellar, though, manages to pop off there against Lucid, which is just going to continue to lead this into a bit of a mad dash for this ball here. Such a close game, 3 points.
Hey, another good stop. It's going to be like 3rd and 10.
Great rotation there from Legend.
Yeah.
Knowing that that player is down there, who's taking damage. Now he's going up to a new relocation where he can get some extra shots and runs into a 1-on-1.
3rd and 9, whatever.
Does he get
Close
away?
enough.
Nope, it's going to be traded out with that spike grenade.
3rd and 9. Come on, Michigan State.
Camo
Let's get a stop, baby.
For Optic. Last time they were able to get camo, Formal was in a
I got Halo up on this monitor, State Game up on this one.
That did not go the way that
I'm not allowed to show that one.
For it to go here. Let's see what he could do with it this time around, though. It's not really been counted or spotted quite yet. But really, the role here of that camo player.
This is an intense game right now, too, between Space Station and Optic.
Pick up those kills where you can, and if you pick up the ball, well, everyone's going to see. But
let's go.
This rotation here.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh, he missed. What should have been an easy sack. Stop him. Okay, good shit.
Secondly, was uncertain what to
Maryland's going to kick a field goal, most likely.
2 members of Space Station took over the tower, so I would say
that's a tie game if they make it.
Camo.
Looking at our feed, I mean, it's all Legend. The guys.
Come on, yeah. Can't believe Aiden Childs threw that interception.
He's going to be holding this down over toward Green, but comes a little bit of a rotation starting to come through. Dead Zone got eyes on Legend. Legend's got to try and get away from this one, but he's going to run into the loving hands of Lucid there. Lucid trying to
yeah, 4th and 4. They're kicking a field goal from like the 20, like 21, 22, something like that. Hard to tell.
Over to Legend, which is the worst thing you could possibly do because he just needs some body shots, and his teammates are there to back
40-yard
him up.
attempt.
Find another one too. That guy gets tagged. He gets bagged. Bound with the kill there.
And you have to wonder if Lucid was unaware if Legend was one shot there, or just was also in a panic mode saying, I feel more comfortable hitting this body shot with a snipe in this case. But
there's a flag.
This sniper has been a swing. That's absolutely certain.
Ooh, good hit.
I was about to say, if he came around that corner, He caught him with a headshot out of Keydor. I would have lost my dang mind. You heard the timer there, 30 seconds remaining left in this one, and as it stands, Space Station have the lead, so they don't need to push to get control of the ball too much. The onus is going to be on Optic to get control of that.
That's all 4 down.
That's it. And once you get that ball, you know, if you're watching for the first time, you know, you get that, you see that timer stop when the ball is being held, so helps out there for Optic Gaming to be able to get back into this game.
I like this rotation here. Formal wants to get this over towards Tower. He wants to make sure he's not going to get picked off from any weird angles, but there's that player over at Dice, gets taken out, and the tower push is real.
Damn, they made this field goal, so now it's a tie game, 17-17. Come on.
Continue that pressure at Tower, and Formal throughout this entire time, scrapping up time at Cuts. This game is now in favor of Optic, but they have to get these kills to keep.
So Aiden Childs has thrown 2 interceptions in his first 2 games.
Possession of it, he's got control. He gets 1 point. Is anyone around to be able to pick this one up, or is Space Station
no way.
manage to weasel their way through? And then yes, they do. 1 point.
That was a crazy way to steal the round right there by Stellar.
This one up 1-1.
Been so impressed by Space Station. They do this keep away with the ball and
He's like, I got an odd ball. Look what I got.
Just fly in, but
that's actually pretty cool though.
A good awareness of a perimeter on that ball. They're keeping and making sure nobody can get nearby that.
You got that snipe hella quick.
I'll go to the hero of that round and goes bound with another double. Able to help things out, Lucid.
There's gonna be a little something going on.
Hate to see it, kids.
Yeah, it's gonna reset. Okay, I was about to say. I was like, there's no way Lucid was just standing there for that long doing nothing.
We will be fine. Look at the crowd out here. You guys looking good.
Of course, though, dude. We can't go one fucking whole game without there being some sort of disconnect or reset or.
Foam hand thingies. No, man. Let me get it.
Which I don't understand how disconnects and resets like that happen so often on LAN. Like I get it on internet or on you know matchmaking with the internet because like you can just lose connection, but
oh man, well.
So much
when everything is literally connected together with cables and shit.
I know we're not really like told to do this, but head on over to the Space Station booth. The new drop is fire. Trust me, absolute fire. Space Station, do not miss with the merch. Awesome Halo collabs that they have here at HCS Salt Lake City. But man, this has been a war at the outset here, Dave.
Yep, and just hearing in my ear from the TOs that, to be clear, it is a 1-1 tie, and we're just going to be playing the 1 round here of Oddball for game number 1.
1 round to rule them all, Dave.
Oh, man. Intense game here, but we're seeing Stellar put up some wild numbers coming out of that one. He was sitting around like a 28, now 30, but I think that was a fraudulent 30. He's got like 2 kills, I think, at the end there.
Yeah, a couple extras at the end, but regardless, Optic just slightly ahead in the slaying department between those first 2 rounds, but couldn't be any closer.
Yeah, and also, too, want to give a lot of love to Dead Zone here, man. He's got 30 frags, you know, to his name, but also 19 assists as well. He's been putting in so much work supporting his squad. There certainly is a lot to be proud of if you're an Optic fan in this one, especially with how things went on day 1. But for Space Station Gaming, a lot of pressure here, man. You know, this is your hometown, bigger than last year, right? So, you know, you got a lot of, you know, you got more Space Station fans here to cheer you on. And I think, I know Stellar in the past has mentioned how that's a little bit of a superpower for them, a bit of a buff. But, yeah, it's got to feel good, but also feel a little scary, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be... It takes rare venues for Optic to be not the fan favorite. Yeah. And I was going to say SSG's venue here is one of those times where SSG fans came out in droves.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. You can hear them. But, of course, we're going to get this reset. If you're just joining us, scores 1-1 on Live Fire Oddball. Winners quarterfinals between Optic Gaming and Space Station Gaming. We're getting loaded up and ready to go. You can see on the screens there. We should be about ready in just a few moments. Get that reset, score 1-1 as we had mentioned previously. So we'll just play the 1 round and then that's it.
Decider here. This is a big one for both these sides. They want to set the tone right in this.
What has been crazy too is we talked about how like no one's really been able to get comfortable in this one at all. And I'm not surprised, you know, but it's still something that you got to highlight because like you can see it's reflected in that scoreboard.
And it's also, it's not even just comfortable, but anytime
Holding, come on.
Down, neither side is really.
Michigan State keeps shooting themselves in the fucking foot,
like
dude.
Round after round of slains. It feels like even that time when Legend was going on that 6 sniping spree over at the silo, it just felt like constant pressure. He'd hit a 6 shot or 2, and then another member of Optic is right on him, getting that finish.
There is just a constantly moving carousel of carnage, and you love to see it. And the lobby's getting started here. You saw the fist bumps from the Optic players on stage. Oh, okay, I just saw someone with a sign that did the SSG, but in the old SS, the way that we used to draw it back in elementary school. So shout out to you. You're a millennial, 100%. All right, let's do this. Let's see how this goes out. Hey, Salt Lake City, who do you think's gonna win this round? I just like to cause carnage, Dave.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you don't give them the options. You just like let them all just scream into madness.
I just want them to yell at one another, just constantly. Just create carnage and friction here in Salt Lake City. Now let's go ahead and dive into this one, folks. Formal now is gonna get picked off right mid.
Oh my God, hurt Michigan State player.
That's gonna be 7 players in the lobby dead. Dead Zone, the only one remaining with the ball and the sniper.
The irony of the guy named Dead Zone being the last player left alive.
Well, anyone near him has died.
Now it's gonna be like 3rd and 9.
All right, well, Dead Zone's gonna try and put this sniper to good use here. You see that camo, Bounce trying to get it, but he ends up tagging him. But does he manage
Be nice
to
if we
get
could
away
get
with
this
it?
conversion.
Well, seems like he is gonna be able to do so here.
But damage has been done. Every other member of Bound's team has been taken out. So Bound, the only one trying to get behind enemy lines here. Can he make the hero play here? He's getting close. He takes out the sniper, but he's answered right by Trippy
Come on,
as well.
Michigan State.
And time still going on the board here.
We got this, baby.
This has to be one of the longer and stronger sets we've
believe in
seen
this.
thus far. And that's not saying it's that great of a set. It's just how closely these two teams have matched throughout this game.
Yeah, able to get 21 points out of that one there, but that's going to be
He
members
get
of
it.
Optic down
He
now.
caught it.
Trippy.
He's like right there.
Down so he can go ahead and put some
If it's gonna be like 4th and inches.
teammate Formal there
If
to
it
help
is
him
4th
out,
inches,
too.
I
So
say
this
go
green
for it.
setup is going to continue, and Space Station need to find a way to break this.
Yeah.
Oh no, they gave it to us. They gave us the first down. Hell yeah.
Instead, he tossed it towards Garage, almost as if
Our player is
setting up
hurt now
a
again.
rotation for his teammates to bring it all the way to
Another
the
fucking
scoreboard
hurt player.
or to bring it back in tunnel. And let's see which way Lucid decides to take this ball. Is he going to meet up with Dead Zone in the tunnel, or is he going to do a different rotation? Looks like the ball is moving back to green. That's one thing that's also very difficult here as you're fighting Optic, is you think you might know what rotation they're doing, but instead they give themselves a few options.
Yeah.
And based on how the fights play out in different parts of the map or different openings and different changing scenarios, they adjust. They hear Lunchbox say, oh, we're moving the ball back here.
Yeah,
bring it back to green.
Split-second decision-making from Optic Gaming, what we've come to expect from this squad. 2 down now for Space Station again. Since the reset, SSG has struggled to be able to get into this round now. But of course, Optic Gaming picking up.
Dude, another
where they
dude,
left
the
off.
amount of commercial timeouts and shit
MVP Stellar right
in
now.
college
Look
football
at that.
nowadays
He's not been
is
able to get
insane.
any kills so far in this round number 3. There's his first one, taking out Lucid. He's awakened, but there's 50 points on the board. Half this round is over here for Optic Gaming.
Now, Dead Zone had a decision to make. Do I deal with the player over toward the door, or do I deal with the one by Pillar? Unfortunately, the choice was made for him by Bound. They end up trading out of that one. Stellar now with a camo. Optic managed to pick up the last few camos in balls, or in the last few rounds, rather, excuse me, and has managed to do some solid work with it. This time around, though, it's going to be Stellar's time to strike. Oh, Formal, you devious little devil. Oh my, we're playing that Pillar to perfection. It was like I was watching Valor for a minute there.
Big shots. On top of that, too, I was a little curious as to Stellar. The second they picked up those spike grenades, he swapped over 2 spike grenades instead of sticking with the frag grenades. That felt like it would have been an easy spike or frag there, but also, you get a player to one shot, you're Stellar.
And he also had someone in front of him too, right?
Yes.
So he had to deal with not just 1, but 2 players, and he had one that was right for the picking, and you know you're just salivating in those moments to go for it there. But Stellar will go ahead and take a snipe shot instead. I think that's perfectly fine too.
Yeah, waiting to see when that next player pokes out. They know top center is going to be a threat. Dead Zone taken out. Can he get the no-scope? Yes, he can. Of course he does. Every single time.
Got to watch out, though, for Lucy. Doesn't have the shields to be able to fight this one out. He almost hits the shot, but it does not pan out. And Space Station managing to cut this lead just within, a little less than half, but Lucid, wise enough. He knows he has a teammate there for support, so he's just going to back up, bring that ball, and get the touch on it just so that this way
the snipe.
no one can let that thing go
I
back
thought he was going to hit
the
that
center.
too.
And that should be a kill there, but Bound actually still going to be alive, and they managed to make Lucid one shot now, so he's got to get out of this one.
Yeah, and that's one of those times that are frustrating.
That was crazy.
It feels like you have the control, uncertain of where the rest of your team's help is, and all of a sudden, Optic are surrounded. This last member Optic here, Formal, is going to fall shortly, and that's going to be 3 down with Lucid. Now
Michigan lost today.
What a brilliant collapse that we saw from Space Station Gaming. Really got to give credit to the player over toward Nest. I think that was Legend, who was just so proactive there to make sure that he was right in the face of Optic if they tried to come around that big door side, and he just tags
they got the ball.
a bunch of bullets.
1st and 10.
So well played. But obviously,
and we lose like 5 yards because we have.
They didn't have to push all the way in there.
Because we literally have 0 offensive line, dude.
Space Station played balled it already. I wonder if that was due to the pressure pushing.
0 offensive line, dude. 2nd and 14 now.
By QTing out and grabbing the ball off its spawn.
I appreciate Eco in that situation, just saying, screw it, I'm going to just take the muzzle and just shove it into Formal space so he can stop playing around this damn pillar. But it has been, again, he's an absolute deviant down there, but another camo picked up for SSG. This time around, it's going to be Bound, and we've seen him do some pretty awesome things with this power item in the past, though. But
it's honestly looking really good so far, the second half of this round here with Space Station Gaming. As a reminder, Optic started up 50-0, and over these last couple minutes, Space Station's gotten 45 points to Optic Gaming's only 7.
I love me a good Brute Nade sticky. You know, those are always fun. 4 down for Optic Gaming. Space Station now looking to see if they can get right back into this one here, but some shots from behind. We're going to have to be a little bit hasty.
All right,
with this
3rd and 9. We converted in the last 3rd and 9. Let's see if we can't do it again, baby.
In front of them here. Eco's going to try and join in on the fun. 1 player weak over toward Pillars, which is going to imply that Eco's just going to play this one out slowly. He sees his teammates dying all over the place, and he's got to make a move here. He's got to make a decision, and he's going to bring this one across now into a battle with Formal. Formal one shot, but he's able to win in that battle. Huge win there for Eco, somehow staying alive.
I don't know if he actually got it.
What, a 3v1
If he didn't get it, he's like right at the line.
That was incredible, Eco, but also props to Formal there to start off that whole battle.
Yeah, they didn't get Childs. You got to put your arm out, dude.
Green and creating that opening to break that setup from Space Station Gaming.
Yeah, but the thing is that what's followed has been a lead gain for SSG.
4th and 1.
Only a few
I believe we're
points
going
away
for it, looks like.
being able to walk away with the game 1 win. This was a good one for Optic Gaming.
Nope, we're not. Come on, dude. Just fucking.
You know, the live fire ball, right? This is one that they can shine in. And they have, most definitely. But right now, Space Station shining just a little bit brighter in this situation. And that's another big kill there. That's 2 down for Optic Gaming. Optic Formals and Dead Zone's last ones left alive, and they can't do anything with this one. They're just gonna have to grab that ball and bring it back inside of the garage and just see if they can get this lead back into control, back in their hands again. Some big plays there to help them out.
I like that pass off right there. Other teammates one shot, pass that ball, let them regain their shields while they're getting time, and let Dead Zone go out and do some damage.
Yeah, and in this last few seconds here, it has been all Optic with the slays. Space Station have really struggled to be able to pick off some of these players here. Eco was the only one to get a kill onto Formal, and since then it has been Optic in control.
Well, this is a great play by Optic too. They're not just going to only get 1 or 2 points here and then try to hold off Space Station for 40 seconds. They're going to grab as much time as they can from this. In fact, pushing the potential win condition and then go for slays.
Legends right there to receive the ball. Now they're anticipating that there could be some players over toward Key Door. You see one right by the sneaky. That's going to be Dead Zone, and Bound's going to run right into him. Going back in for the challenge here. He sees 2 players now, and maybe not want to challenge.
Ooh.
Done, and he tossed the nade.
Ooh.
Double kill for Bound. The man
That was a filthy double kill. Absolutely filthy.
Just won this round in this game with that double kill.
Lucid's got to make a play here.
Desperately get the stop there on the Legend. Gets the kill. Stellar in the garage. A double kill answered by Lucid, who's going to grab his own time. This one is not going to end by the clock. It's going to be ending by a team getting 100 points, Golden Boy.
There's going to be a big push coming in here. You only got 3 seconds left. Can you make it? Can you get in there? No, you cannot. And Optic Gaming off of a
that was wild.
Play from Lucid and the boys managed to get the win. A double kill secures map number 1. And now SSG on the back foot here in their home territory.
That is such a wild start to this series, and you know it's just going to get better.
Damn. I'm not gonna front, dude. I miss casting this.
I feel like I honestly haven't seen a as close or back and forth oddball game like that. I can't recall in all of Halo Infinite. It feels like in most cases just one team run away, getting a big spree. One team doing this, but throughout round 1 and 2, it felt like they were within 20 points the entire time, and then every single time it wasn't full setup followed by a wipe and a full setup. It was a couple kills here, team trying to scrap up a little bit, couple kills here. It was just so well played by both sides.
I think if you run that, situation back as well, right? I mean, anyone could have picked up the win in that situation,
And also, to me, that also that corrects something that I saw that I felt was wrong with Optic yesterday. I felt there were so many times where Optic were just too worried about clearing out their own base, doing all those sort of plays.
Yeah. Especially on that defensive, the quadrant CTF
yes,
game.
exactly.
I remember that.
Quadrant CTF game, and instead it's just they aren't afraid when they don't have full setup. They're grabbing and scrapping time. Not that that's ever been a problem for Optic, but it was a problem yesterday in Flag.
This probably was one of the things that Lucid was talking about needing to clean up, and they did so. And it was a scrappy game, got down to the wire, but when you're playing at this level, top 2 teams in the game, right? It's always going to be like this. It's always going to be this back and forth exchange between 2 powerhouses in the game. But man, what a way to start off, Dave.
Incredible start from both these squads, and cannot wait to see how the rest of this series pans out.
Let's go ahead and see where we're coming up next, because
damn, Indiana beat Western Illinois 77-3.
These teams here, right? I mean, they're good, right?
I want to say Western Illinois is an FSC program, though.
Small details,
or FCS,
which is what we saw come into play at the end of that game there on Oddball Live Fire. So when you boil that down, I gotta say though, with the way Space Station are playing, the way they're tackling a lot of these pushes and being hyper aggressive while at the same time giving themselves outs and stuff.
A flag, what's the flag for?
Recharge, I can see them potentially controlling the pace of that game, which is what Space Station likes to do, right? They like to fly in your face and give you a few right hooks along the way.
We're gonna see who's also more effective with these camos and shock rifles here on Recharge. I felt a little underwhelmed with a couple of camo plays we saw from Optic's side during this last one. And then also when we looked at a couple of individual plays, I mean, to be real, it was great individual plays from both sides there, but especially someone like Bound, when he was doing so great with a repulsor top center, getting that sick double kill, giving his team a
across the board.
Oh, whatever.
As we get ready for our map 2 clash here, Recharge Slayer. Now you can see how things break down between these 2 teams, and it's
that second,
right? I mean, you're with these 2 teams, it's always going to be an even exchange. Come to be expected here. I'm curious to your
Michigan
point
State
about,
just keeps shooting
rifle
themselves in the
control
foot,
and
dude.
stuff.
Like, we're
How
still
do
in
they
this
try and
game.
prioritize that?
It's tied.
We're also seeing too a decent use in a few of these games from the open bracket teams of the grapple shot as well. A lot of grapple shot plays to grab that shock rifle and reposition, aggressively. So there's certainly going to be a lot of mind games being played here in map number 2. But so far, this series has definitely delivered. And it's only
so far.
Map 2, Dave.
I was about to say it's only been one game.
There you see all those weapons power-ups across the map. Who's going to be getting them? Well, we're about to find out right now. That's going to be a long-range BR fight that Luce is going to have to back down from right off the get-go.
Trippy, though. Draws first blood.
Already snagged from Bound.
Big camo grab. I don't think they are aware.
Just in case, but first camo.
Oh, got him on a 3rd down.
Here and Bound. Just trying to
3rd and 6. Let's go, Michigan State. Come on. Let's get a big stop. Big boy stop. Let's get it.
Not a great camo, also not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, if anything, for Optic, that was, a great play to just remove that player. And for SSG, right? Try and set that tone early on, gave him a kill. In the
Come on, 3rd and 6. Let's get a stop.
1 kill lead now for Optic, but we were talking about who you wanted to see with the shock rifle, and, well, who better to have it in their hands than Stellar. 2 players over toward Whirl. You got 2 over toward that long haul, and he's able to find a perfect shot
he didn't get
to the dome there of Dead Zone.
Yeah, and this,
he didn't get much more yards than that, but goddamn.
Drastically different from what you just witnessed on Live Fire Oddball. These teams have slowed this down significantly.
Optic with that 1 kill lead. Yes, that is the series that we're playing right now. Hopefully we can go back into the game. If not, no biggie. Formal did just get a double kill, but it's okay. It's all good, baby. We're in this one. Now everyone knows what the series layout is.
We know what we have to look forward to. Absolutely. But here's the last shot that he has of that shock rifle. Not able to connect with that, but Coach Lunchbox is going to have that timer.
be ready
knowing when that
for it.
one's coming up, and it's an even contest here for Pipes. Nobody's going to be guaranteed with this. In fact, now it looks like Space
Damn, the timing on that.
They're going to be
Formal got fucked.
to get that next shock rifle.
2 players pinned inside of the elevator side of the map here. Look at Formal. He's might be going to coming up those steps now. Legend will be running to a fight with him. Yeah, he
Legend heard that behind him.
Heard him
stomping up those creaky stairs.
Call-outs made, though. Someone's going to have to pay attention to this, but of course, he's got that cross-map support there. They might be able to collapse, and they are able to.
Legend still knowing that Pipes is under contest. He knows that area there's been at least one other player. Eco has this camo. Bound last time was able to get 1 kill and then die immediately with it. But with this tie game, let's see if Eco can break this one out. He does break him out of the tie.
Massive kill there. It was 1 shot, but that camo now being able to use a great effect the way that you would want to see it used here.
Shock rifle got to be coming up soon. They know something's going on. There's Stellar with the shock rifle. Eco playing this so slow, just realizing that, yes, camo is an advantage, and yes, he should be able to get first shot, but it's not going to be like he can just walk through long haul or one of those locations and get a full surprise, especially when the game slows down this quickly.
Good shit. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
1 shot there, but Formal's able to get the better of Stellar in that exchange, though. Good follow-up, preventing Formal from being able to walk away with that shock rifle.
Damn, good shots by Legend
right
right
there. Up here. Legend go big
he didn't get the kill on that guy, but
it out there. That's going to get them within 2.
Legend is also just trying to close that gap so much, just moving forward the entire time, realizing that Lucid had first shot, and he wanted to close that gap to try to melee trade and just go even with Lucid. Lucid able to hit his 5 shot before, though.
Yeah, you see that happen quite a bit at this one, especially with that the slow fire rate of the Bandit now. And those trade outs are happening more and more and more.
About to be like a 3rd and 5, something like that.
John Rambo just trying to get away from this one, but it doesn't work out. 20-20 in the score. Clear as day. Great series. Expect nothing different here as they're just jockeying for position. Seeing where those gaps are going to be present there. Might come in the form of Stellar getting that kill against Formal here. And that actually is going to open the floodgates, not allow them to push inside of control. Lucid's going to be a little weak up top, and he's got the help there as well.
Bound just slipping behind enemy lines, not spot.
Come on, Michigan State, we gotta get the
and
stop.
This should
dude.
open up camo again for Space
right
Station
back.
Gaming. Can they get control of this one? And who's going to grab it?
They've been doing a good job of that
It's going
so
to
far.
be a grapple grab there from Stellar.
And that right there, you talk about threading the needle and getting behind enemy lines. He knew where that player was at Hydro, so he just took the timing.
Yeah, he just realized, well, he realized that players there had a little bit of a head glitch, had a little slight advantage, but the second that he realized he could slip through and just shoot someone back, he and his team could push in control, and even if Bound starts to get shot in the side of the back, he's going to get the advantage on the player in control. They are not expecting somebody to be that close in control.
Camo has not really been that much of a factor. Some kills have gone in favor of the Camo player, but instead it's been a big focus for these top teams to neutralize that and not allow it to be able to get out of hand here. You can see where the Space Station players are going to be spawning out and over toward that elevator side of the map here. Dead Zone dropping back. It's got help from Lucid. They're trying to pepper this one with as many nades as the game would allow them to have. And that's going to be 2 kills here in a lead gain for Optic Gaming now. We're going to try and hold this one here, but it's been back and forth.
But now we got a 2-kill lead here for Optic. A little new to them here in this situation, but Lucid 10 and 6 for his team thus far in this game number 2.
He's been playing great. He was the hero of that last game. Being able to come up clutch with the Commando and Garage to win the round out and the game on Oddball Live Fire in a close contested matchup.
Ooh, that is dire. Trippy tried to go for that trade over in the Mangler pit. Didn't get the trade.
3rd and 4. Come on, Michigan State. Get a fucking stop, dude.
Give a lead to Space Station and the shock rifle to Space Station.
A lot of control on the map here for SSG. You can see where those spawners are now popping up here.
And then they get it.
Weaken bodies.
They're gonna get a field goal this try. Unless they fumble or interception, there's gonna be at least a field goal, and we're gonna be losing.
Dancing.
He got the kill. 360. YY ladder stall.
Also in Dead Zone's defense, I assume that he thought it was a 1-shot. You heard the melee sound. You could have swore that probably Lucid called out 1-shot melee on this person. So there's a big difference when you're rounding a corner, assuming that you just have to finish somebody's 1-shot, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, this person has no damage on them. You play and react quite differently there.
Yeah, the whole complexion of that fight changes. Now what was a closely contested matchup has now become a 6-kill lead for SSG. Legend and Stellar have been doing some big work in this one. Oh, look at that there. Hello. Got a few around the corner. Big picky reversal. Dead Zone is just having the worst of luck going up against Legend here, man.
Legend walks into a 2v1, gets a kill, and still survives.
Ooh.
This kid is unreal right now. Look at that flick shot as he kills the
He is
person
going
top
off.
catwalk, lays down shots of Hydro.
It's 15 and
still
6,
somehow almost gets
15 and
weighted out
7.
Needler.
My man's John Wick over there, just turning around, just trying to take all the fights he possibly can. Shout out to Keanu.
He's not gonna. He doesn't know you.
I wish, man. I would love to be his friend. Are you kidding me? Dude's awesome. That's Neo, bro.
Stands. He don't know you. He don't care what you have to say.
41-34. Space Station with a firm lead here. You can hold this, especially with Shock Rifle in hand. You know exactly where that player's going to be located. He does have some frags for that. If he had something else to work with, maybe, but doesn't really get much out of that one. And this is all just going to work out in the favor of SSG. They'll slow this thing down. They're fine with that. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Turn up.
I wonder what Stellar's play is here. He has 2 bullets left in this. Hasn't been able to connect much with control. Knows where these players are at. Now at a disadvantage. Somehow going to turn this fight against Lucid. No.
Ooh, good shit,
It's the
Lucid.
first shots, but that height advantage in Lucid's dance is going to be enough to get him out of that position.
Lucid has been dirty today. And that seems like we're going to be right back into this slow battle here.
Camo still up, was not popped.
Nope.
Grabbing those in the incorrect order. There we go. We get Camo, we get Grapple, and let's see if Lucid can do anything special here in this game. 7-kill deficit when Space Station at the 45 mark is going to be tough to overcome, and that's going to be even tougher
3
when
kills.
you lose your biggest potential there in the form of Camo.
Legend
At this
is
point
absolutely
now, they
popping
cannot
off.
sacrifice any dumb deaths. They need to stay up here. And Dead Zone getting that kill on Stellar might just be what the doctor ordered. But then you see another death coming in here. Trippy, unfortunately, not able to stay alive. She's coming in. Legend trying to creep away from this one, using the shroud screen to give himself some coverage. See where those bodies are pushing here. This could be the last kill, but instead it's going to come off screen. Courtesy of Bound on the formal. We got ourselves a tied game, 1-1 here in Salt Lake City.
Was looking like Optic had a chance there. Looked like they were pulling away for a moment, but just felt like anytime, even when they got a slight advantage, as soon as they got that camo or if they were in strong positions, just felt like they weren't able to get the trades that they needed.
Wow.
Yeah,
Maryland has scored an easy touchdown. Literally easy walk-in, non-contested touchdown. Jesus fucking Christ, Michigan State.
But those are ones when you see a player deliberately rounding the corner going for that trade, they need to close out those trades.
Yeah, couldn't agree more there, Dave. And that is going to tie things up.
It's going to be one of them years, it
1-1.
looks like.
Space Station Gaming answering back after a nail-biter on live
Never
fire
know,
oddball.
though.
This time
Still a
around,
whole
though, a bit
fourth
more
quarter
of a
left. That was only the first play of the fourth
deficit
quarter, so.
for SSG.
All State has to do is go down and score a touchdown.
And you know, it gets to that
They've
point,
already
right,
scored 2
especially
today.
toward that late
They can
game
score a
where
third.
You got 6 or 7 kills. That's when that dread starts to weigh on you a little bit, and you're like, oh boy, this is bad. We got to get these kills. We got to figure something
And
out.
you also like start to play for bigger plays. It no longer is
yes.
it like, hey, I'm just going to go in and trade and try to get the small advantage. You're trying to go for an all or nothing, high risk, high reward. You're trying to go in and get something where you get some sort of 2-for-1 or 2-for-0. And you play those quite differently.
And also what I got to commend SSG for is that in that situation, rather than allowing themselves to be completely surrounded.
Another timeout. Dude, the amount of
they
commercial
actually spread
breaks.
the field a little bit more so that this way they could have a
Oh my God.
2v2 fight or a 2v1 fight in one
A
area.
college football
and maybe
game
like
should
a
literally
1v1
take
in
half the
another
amount of
area.
time
Like
it
they were-
does
and
because
this is
they-
a squad that really does love playing together, and they play together effectively. But in that instance there where they saw like, hey, before down here, Optic have a chance to come back into it, they started to spread the field a little bit, give themselves more space to work with, and that ends up leading to a victory and a tied series in this winner's quarterfinal.
Up next, though, we got ourselves a King of the Hill on Solitude.
No idea.
Not going to
what
be
expect
slow
here.
like this last one.
Nope.
Going to be a little bit quicker like the first game. But I feel like we're going to see much larger swings compared to either of those two games. Just Solitude's one of those maps that you can control so strong, or as soon as you collapse in on a spot like Yard, there's not many escape routes that those players can get out.
No, there really aren't. We kind of saw that happen in the Cloud9 Shopify game, right? Where things were just getting real hectic in that yard area, you know, more than one time. But of course, I don't think either team here is concerned about what's happening with the rest of the field, considering that these are two squads that, you know, 1 and 2 respectively for Space Station and Optic Gaming. And for Optic to be able to pick up a win here.
Can I get a fucking
Nancy for
yeah?
I saw, dude.
on home turf
I'm doing good, bro.
against SSG, if you're
I'm watching
massive motivating
the HCS, and then on the other screen I got the Michigan State football game up.
But that will certainly help.
We just let their team score, so now we're down by a touchdown, but still the whole fourth quarter to go.
Onto SSG.
W indeed. Yeah,
Look at those KDs, but keep in mind,
how you doing, homie?
Coming
Just
out
chilling.
Of pool play.
Yeah.
Coming out of pool play here, I don't expect these players to be getting that high of KDs against each other here on this game number 3, and if they do, expect this to be a one-sided affair.
Look at that chief guy with the sword. You can see the sword's kind of flimsy. It keeps like moving, like shaking.
Has just been great this whole time. He has been absolutely great.
And also just like shutting me up right away too. Like when I saw that live fire charge where he was the first one charging in towards green, slides in, break behind enemy lines, somehow gets the kills and stay alive. It's like, well, my only critique, and there's you can't really even pull up many critiques on a player like Orville. One of my few critiques is that, there are players that play a little bit more upfront and aggressive and faster than him.
Yep, you know it, but just on the BR6 beta. Hey, there you go.
Does it all.
Yeah, and that shot.
I haven't played any of the beta. I'll play it when it comes out, though, because it's going to be on Game Pass.
Should be loading up here in a minute.
It looks good.
Some players, go for a bio break. Long series.
Come on, Michigan State. We're down 24-17, literally an entire fourth quarter to go.
I'm telling you right now, Dave,
we're getting the ball. We just gotta march down the field and score a touchdown, dude. Sample.
All right. Either that or hook a boy up with a bucket up here. You know what I'm saying? Might be a crime, but it's all good. And look at this, Salt Lake City coming in full force.
Feeling like we got a Sunday crowd and a Sunday matchup, but we are just kicking off Saturday.
I miss Ola too. All right.
I miss Ola too.
Map number
we all
3.
miss Ola. Yeah, I have Game Pass and playing it, but the movement good.
And of course, King of the Hill, what was once known as Plaza, now Solitude.
Hey.
And you're right, Dave. When we were talking about this map, it is going to be fast. You expect these players to just be all up in the grills of one another.
Hey, big catch, big pass, big catch. Hell yeah, Michigan State. We have the ball on like the 18-yard line now on one big play. Fuck yeah.
SSG and Optic are about to put
we have to score. We need a touchdown, but we have to score, dude. Even if we only get a field goal, we have to score. Obviously, you want the touchdown to tie the game up, but there's enough time in the game, and our defense has been doing decent enough that if you have to settle for the field goal, it's not the end of the world.
Now, Optic are not going to be able to retreat toward Yard because of Legend's push, and Legend
obviously not ideal, though.
Zone.
Ooh, and our quarterback took a big shot as he threw that, too. Good shit.
Still alive across the map.
He saw that player spawn up too, so he'll go ahead and use that camo. He'll get his pound of flesh. He finds him.
1st and 10. Hike the ball. Oh, flag for delay again. No, I feel like he got that.
Start things off hot with a camo pickup.
Man, I feel like he got that snap off, to be honest.
Does not give Legend that opportunity to be able to land that shock rifle shot.
Oh, it was a false start.
Nice play by Trippy, and I hate uneven geometry. I feel for you, Trippy. I hate it.
You didn't say it, I was going to say it, Dave. I always think about Construct whenever I'm throwing those dang grenades and they bounce off of the stupid textures. Damn you, Bungie. All right. Well, no one's really been able to get control of this hill, though, and it's going to be Space Station back in. Trippy's looking for an angle, looking for an opening. It's not being given to him here.
This is also a little scary, too. Like, on one hand, yes, you got to give credit to Trippy for getting kills.
1st and 15, we run the ball and then lose, like, 4 yards. It'll be, like, 2nd and, like, 19. Like, Jesus Christ. Come on, Michigan State.
Is he doing something a little wrong?
Yeah, that's very true, and that is going to be a first point on the board for SSG.
Wild.
Right where they left off in that Slayer game.
Jeez. The Legend just getting that double there towards the poster stairs. All these members of Optic getting picked off. They know where the last one's at. They see the grenades coming through, and they are not going to let Trippy live there. But Trippy gets
2nd and 19 from like a 27-yard line.
Immediately. What should have been help is now a
and our quarterback
kill for one of these players on Space Station.
We got sacked.
Opportunities when you have them there, but it's actually
only like a 1-yard loss.
Down situation. Last player left alive. It's going to be Legend, but he's good for the shot. Another double kill there for the Frenchman.
We're still in field goal range.
Odd position. This entire time, you've seen SSG just contesting Optic over at Snipe. but not grabbing any hill time. This is a spot where you can grab hill time safely from anyone over at Snipe. I can't tell if they're playing time already or what the intention is here. If they're maybe just setting up for an early camo or the second camo, but that feels like overly aggressive slaying here from the Space Station
Third
side.
19.
We've seen this come back to bite them.
Yeah, well, they got what they wanted, right?
Yeah, they got the camo, but no time. There's no pressure.
What just happened?
From Optic. Optic was
Do they have a
forced to overextend or be overly aggressive to go towards this hill over this last 45
I think
seconds.
a defensive lineman
Space
just caught an
Station could have
interception.
safely grabbed half or more of the hill.
Oh, Mario stomp. Never mind. He's not going to do that. Instead, he's going to find Lucid down low. It's going to be a double kill for Stellar. And they're still holding this, Dave, so it seems like the gambit paid
I'm
off.
confused what just happened.
Space Station just obviously smarter and better than me here at Infinite because to me, it kind of just felt wrong. It felt like they were just going for slays without any objective to show for it.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense, right? Especially if it didn't work out. Then they'd be like, oh, boy, okay, well, this wasn't exactly the way you wanted
That's
it to
exactly
happen.
what happened.
And just look at the way that SSG worked the map.
Look at that. Also not desperating the finish of this hill. Instead,
wow.
Sweeping out, pushing
Well,
over towards
Michigan State most likely lost.
Control across the map. They're able to get the kills. Dead zone, last one alive.
Or
And that's
should have had at least
kill
a few-
number 2 for Space Station Gaming in a
We just find a way to
dominant
ruin
game.
every scoring
Two players
opportunity we
spawning in
have.
Puerto Rico. Oh boy, it was a little bit unfortunate there, but yeah, that is going to be 2. Halfway there for SSG. And it seems like Optic really just struggling to find a rhythm here. And SSG
And
has
the
had
game's
their
not
number
over yet.
each and every time.
Our
Every
defense
time
still has an
that
opportunity to make a
you
play.
see there are moments in the game where like they're all
We're
up
still only
front
down a
and, well, we're
touchdown.
just
There's like
in. We gotta
12
get
minutes
out
left
of
in the
this.
game.
And Space Station
But
just moving
goddamn.
around the map, and they're still containing them so effectively.
Legend trying to get this camo, but a lot of pressure over in top center. I believe that is somebody from Optic that was able to snag that one. I didn't see exactly which member, but Dead Zone able to get some camo. Can they turn this into some sort of control? So many players here from Space Station focused on Dead Zone over at the market.
And while all this is going on, Dave, no time being picked up in the hill. Now we finally get someone to step inside of there. Even then, though, it's going to lead to a few deaths for Optic Gaming. Formal, though, trying to even the odds here. He's got himself a few shots with that shock rifle. Legend tries to poke around the corner. He's got that thruster. A little bit of Halo 5 juke there. That's 2 down now.
And Space Station, let's be real, they're fine with trading out some time here. They have no warrior right now. In fact, they are not prioritizing this hill until they get some slays. I also wouldn't even be surprised if they're just trying to drain this clock here for the final minute and 38 seconds.
I mean, they're at this point, right, with those two picks that you got for those hills, you can feel quite comfortable to not need to press the advantage, just get into the hill, just to get into the hill. And yeah, they're doing just that. I mean, they're playing a contained game here, and that again puts the pressure onto Optic to have to force these fights, to have to make these moves happen, because they won't go in there. They don't need to go in there right now. They're up by 2, and they'll gladly take the time win.
I don't know if I've seen a 1v1 won by an Optic member here so far in this game where they don't have a significant advantage.
Yeah.
It's just complete Space Station Gaming domination.
Wow, the ball like literally
in game
slipped
number
out of his
3.
hand and got
They
picked
are
off.
outslaying
That's insane.
Optic Gaming 41-27 currently. And that is being reflected in how this map is even playing out, considering that they have not gone into that hill. They have not even considered it whatsoever. So they'll let this one tick down. 40 seconds remaining. Shock Rifle's going to come up here as well, or be up rather.
Remember before where I was like, I don't think we're going to see anyone with that high of a KD compared to the stats we saw before. Well, we got Legend with a 3-0.
Oh, my word.
A higher KD than Austin Lobby and a higher GPA than Golden Boy's ever seen in his entire life.
Ain't that the truth, man? I tell you, I'm stupid. I'm just lucky I landed in this career field instead of, I don't know, like something else.
All right, 3rd and 4th already.
Oh, my word. Found nice shot there, looking for another one around the corner. Dead Zone doesn't want to give it to him, though, and that's going to be 6 seconds remaining here. SSG are going to win this one just by draining the clock down, and it was not flashy, but it was sure as hell effective. SSG go up 2-1 in the series, and we're going to Forbidden CTF next.
That was impressive there from Space Station.
that really was.
Usually when a team starts to slow it down so much that they're just draining the clock away from a hill, like you almost even saw during the Yard Hill.
Yeah.
You give Optic enough chances, they're gonna bust through, they're gonna get the kills, they're gonna get some sort of control. That just straight up never happened.
Never happened.
It happened.
Michigan State is just playing so bad right now.
A moment in time
Our defense
towards the
was
end
playing
of the
good
Yard
early
Hill
in the game,
where
but
Optic had a couple members
Not so
down,
much
they had, like, a 4-2.
anymore.
But right after that, before even the teammates spawned, those players from Space Station just banned out. They pushed over towards Loop. They pushed towards LR. They got a couple kills and back in control.
Yeah, they played a great contained game. They just did not allow Optic to get any kind of comfortability around the map at all. And then they were always moving around.
Ooh, interception. Let's fucking go. Let's go, Michigan State. Let's fucking go. Charles Brantley, big interception. Let's go. 10 minutes left in the game. We just need to go down the field, score a fucking touchdown, tie this shit back up, and this is a ball game, baby.
If you're Optic, I mean, that's when you're just like, oh man, screw it. GG go next, bro. We got it.
Atta boy, Charles.
Let's get this DTF win. But
Come here, kitty.
we did talk about, you know, these
Come
big
here,
matches,
kitty.
right? And this is a good opportunity here for Optic to come back into this one. It's going to be forbidden CTF, but it's going to be a challenge without a doubt.
Yeah, this one's going to be tough,
What are you
but
doing?
it's going to be a long game. I mean, at this point, Optic would love to get a little more time on their side to shift the momentum in their favor. I feel like they almost wouldn't welcome a quick game number 4. You almost don't want a strong.
Now let's go down and score a fucking touchdown. Lay down, buddy. Chill.
You know, the last of your upper
Chill.
bracket life potentially hinged on 5 minutes of fast-paced action.
Yeah, they're really
Yay, run the ball and get literally 0
of
yards.
these maps, right?
Yeah.
Quick ones in the beginning, right? As you had said, and then you know,
Games 1 and 3 fast, games 2 and 4 gonna be slow.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I do like Formal in this situation here, in these more, you know, where he could like post up, get those shots off.
No, you don't need to wander around the desk. You don't
See
need to
if
be
that also
wandering
plays a
around
factor
the
here,
desk.
but SSG certainly do have the weapons to be able to
Oh,
win
he's
this
burning,
round
though.
3-1, and the momentum
He's
too.
a
Let's not
burr guy.
forget about that, because
He's a
that
burr
that was
guy.
a game where you just controlled your opponent.
All right, let's
You
go.
set
Come on,
the
Michigan
pace,
State.
and your opponent
Second
had
down.
no say in that game. That is a demoralizing one, and Optic are going to have to lick their wounds, but not too
Run the
long,
ball
because they gotta
again, get
ready
like
for
2
this
yards.
one.
It'll be like a 3rd and like
Map
7.
4, forbidden
Like, what are we
CTF.
doing?
And
Like,
also first time I'm casting this, so if I screw some stuff up, guys, you know, just feel free to make fun of me online. I don't care. I don't check it anyway.
Well, we're gonna see
Literally 3rd and
how
7.
these teams do off the rip with the snipers, how well they're holding their hut, and if we see any different flag runs. Historically, it's always been running flag, under bridge, or to the sewers. But maybe we'll start to see some flag ramp runs, maybe the opposite sewer runs. We will see here in this game number 4.
Overshield's still going to be available here, and his teammate will go and grab that. That's Bound, so let's see what Bound can do with this.
All 4 down for a moment.
Oh, it was incomplete.
I didn't realize that was so fast there, Dave.
This is going to be trouble here. I don't know how Optic are going to be in position to stop this because you have an overshield right in your face. Sniper not in your hands to be a factor in this. Lucid just running and trying to draw Bound all the way back. But that flag somehow got stopped.
Yeah.
Not moving. So Dead
Zone's
Zone
running around this
has
one.
a snipe. Gonna potentially step on for the recov. But
Dude, our
Bound
offense is
knows he's
anemic.
hiding down there. Gonna get the finish. Can Bound continue the flag run? Can he get the touch? Answer's gonna be no, but Legend's gonna be there for the pickup.
Legend's good for it, but that's
Ooh, they ran the kicker.
Clear this. He's
All
got,
4 dead.
Never mind. He doesn't need the speed. He's got his teammates there to back him up. Let's not forget.
Yep, they ran the kicker. Our ball still. Let's go. Huge.
Flag right there. SSG so close to being able to score, and they achieve it. Yet again, SSG looking unstoppable here in their home turf.
And just a better starting.
Let's
strat
go.
there
It's
from
still gonna be our
SSG.
ball.
Somehow able to pick up all 4.
Pretty
members
positive.
of
I
Optic
watched it
and
happen.
then
They blew our
immediately
kicker
get in the
up.
base and move that flag.
And the way that they did that, just like with just so much momentum, right? Right at the start, 4 down, you get yourself some big kills, and then you start
Being a
moving.
nuisance back here.
Yeah.
Look at this. Legend's already in position to grab a new flag. Now Optic have to decide, do we go back and clear out our base, or do we push out and get center control? And this was the conundrum that they were in pool play against Squadron.
Yeah, and you see where...
And maybe no surprise. Who's doing to him right now? Former Quadrant teammate right here, Legend.
Yeah, actually quite
Dude, they
true.
blew that kicker up. Come on. If it's not a roughing the kicker and we
They
don't...
have to handle this player back here, and it might actually be a big win, but...
They're both on the kickers. Big formation, decline, personal foul, face mask on the kickers. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down.
Wait, it was against us? What? Can I see it? Can you show me the penalty? Can we see it, please? Bro, I watched in live time. They blew up our punter after he kicked the punt. and then somehow it's a penalty on us. I'm so baffled right now. Okay, show it. Thank you. So he punts. It's blown the fuck up. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, whatever, dude. I don't know football, apparently.
Around the corner here. Is anyone from SLC there to stop them?
Not at all.
Like to be the case, so that is going to bring them within one.
Okay. We're back in
Whatever,
this.
dude.
This was looking like a one-sided affair, but now we got Lucid sniping over in the opposite hut. Space Station able to take him down. Trippy also has a second sniper. What can he do with it?
Stellar's also got a snipe on the other side. You're starting to see some movement here for Optic again. Bring that flag out, and like the way that Trippy's just doing, patrol duty here. Watching those common jump spots to make sure that if anyone tries to creep up and push, they'll pay for that with their life. A big body shot and the sticky. Will stop pounding his tracks. Eco looking to make that recovery happen. Overshield's going to be up now. It's Optic's turn to strike with it. I think Dead Zone was the one who picked it up.
I believe so, and they also have 2 members down right now. If they can take out Stellar, that's going to be 3 down for a short moment in time. They know where the last one is. Bound. Other players spawning towards Sewer, trying to desperately stop Dead Zone from grabbing this flag, but there are enough members of Optic that they should be able to get this one out. But Lucid and Dead Zone a little bit separated. You have to wonder if they should both be on flag plat together or not.
Dead Zone was tanking there, just seeing how many shots he could pull away. Yeah, it's going to be 4 down now. Opportunity here for Optic Gaming. Here comes the pull, but a player's going to be popping him right behind him. They're going to need to pivot the plan now. You're going to move this one down low, and it looks good so far for Optic Gaming. Now playing your life.
I like the spot. This is the same spot you saw Dead Zone use earlier. Just a quick spot to avoid any shots, and then somebody has to reveal themselves pretty far to get a grenade on you. Lucid somehow stopped over in the sewer.
Is anyone there to make
Stellar
a return?
get the angle? Stellar is charging through, but Formal will have an angle. What's going to happen? And Stellar gets taken out.
Ooh, 2nd and 13.
Gonna be able to go
Hell
grab
yeah.
that flag. In fact, Lucid's going to be the escort, guarding his base. Space Station had a chance to move across. They have control of the Optic hut.
They got to take Legend out here. If he's still alive and he's allowed to look over toward this flag, it's going to be a problem. But watch out on your right side as well in this cross. You can see Bound. He's got coverage there.
Nobody wants to make this first move, first mistake. Just going to refresh on that flag and just going for slays. Legend out. Optic right now are just going to go for traded slays. In theory, if you go kill for kill, Optic are going to have the closer spawns and eventually get that flag, and that's going to be a tie game all of a sudden.
Yeah, but you got Overshield coming up now in 20 seconds, and you also have SSG in a great position to be able to receive that. That being said, Formal's just going to wait this one out. Look at the way that Optic Gaming is starting to make their push.
7.5 minutes left in the game. We're on defense. We got 2nd and 13. Come on, Michigan State.
How often do you have players checking their sewer to see if someone's coming through? But it looks like we are going to be going to some sort of reset or replay. I don't know exactly what the call will be, but we'll wait to hear from our TOs because I do not see a Legend anymore in the lobby.
Nope, no Legend there. But
literally, they can't get through a game, bro. It's insane.
We got 2-2. Next flag cap wins. Yeah, I'll take it.
Just like last time. Just like that last round. Well, one round just to decide, kind of everything.
You know what happened last time? You remember?
Optic came out hot.
Optic came out
Big
hot.
Cirque!
Came out hot. You're not wrong. But also, remember the start of this game.
Yeah.
How dominant were
Or no, he got the ball
Space
out.
Station?
He did get the ball out. But we lit the quarterback up.
Got all 4 down. You know that Optic are going to be swapping up their starting strat here as they go out.
Yeah, they're
One thing I would expect as well is likely going to push someone towards their hut and just stand back.
Yeah.
Likely just hit somebody back at their base with a sniper, make sure that doesn't fall in their hands, and make sure that nobody can just instantly push and get that flag grab like we saw.
I have a helmet just like
this last one.
Whew. All right, well, give everyone a moment, shake it off, right? Feel a little loosey-goosey, shake your hands, just so this way you can get a little ready here.
Wait,
what?
What's going on?
This makes sense. It's worth a look. In live action, my impression is that the officials made the proper call on the field.
They're reviewing something. I'm not sure.
Whether or not it should be ruled as an incomplete pass or as a fumble.
Oh, if it was a fumble, did we pick it up? If we picked it up, then I'm very happy about it. But no, didn't it go out of bounds? Does it fucking matter?
To me, this is a pass. You're looking at the hand coming forward with control, and that hand does start forward.
Dude, they're literally reviewing. We went to go sack the Maryland quarterback. He threw the pass, our ball, as he was getting sacked. It went out of bounds. They're reviewing to see whether or not it should be technically an incomplete pass or a fumble that then went out of bounds. Either fucking way, it's not like a penalty gets added. It's not like we get the ball. They're just reviewing to see what it gets defined as in the stat book. Like, I've never seen that.
Loss shake them a little bit because they certainly have what it takes to be able to push further into this bracket.
Just heard in my ear that we're going to be starting this one with 7 minutes left on the clock. Tied 2-2, but at this point, doesn't matter the time on the clock because we're going for that next cap.
All right. You think this ends in like 2 minutes? Or you think we're riding the whole 7? Because honestly, with that opening start, I could be like, dude, I can
There's
see
a
it
chance that could be like, yeah, like, because last time the first flag went in like first minute and a half. In fact, Space Station got 2 caps within 3 minutes last time. I don't foresee that happening again. I think both teams realize what's at stake. They're going to be a bit more cautious. They are not going to overcommit, bringing everyone out of their base. In fact, they will likely keep somebody at their snipe hut, just making sure nobody can push across that snipe bridge or get an easy push across flag ramp into their base. They want to have that stronghold there in that position. They want to have that sort of pillar that they can back up to.
That was the weirdest.
Yeah. Now, I'll be honest. I know SSG fans won't agree, but I want a game 5. I want to see this go to the streets. Get muddy in the hood. But of course,
see how strong those GAs actually are. Bring it to the streets, game 5 with these two teams.
All right, here we
Let's trust these words.
Back in the action. Last time, it was a quick overshield grab for SSG, and then they were able to just start that.
Literally a 3rd and 13, and we just let them. Dude, State's been so bad the past couple years. I just don't get it. We went from being really good, going to Rose Bowls, college football playoff, kicking ass, to all of a sudden just like one of the worst teams you can possibly beat.
We got that overshield, so you had to go for it here. But he can't hit those shots on Eco. Eco's making himself a hard target, putting a lot of attention his way, but he's finally able to get his mark now. Thing is, you got Bound and Stellar on the move. They just took out Formal, so that means that Dead Zone doesn't really have anyone to work with here.
Also, Legend down as well. Dead Zone's going to get a touch on this. Going to try to stay alive at the Hawk. Can he do it? Gets another kill. Dead Zone getting this first OS and getting the flag so far across. He gets one more toss on. Can he get one more? He does. Gets all the way to Sewers.
Is it going to be enough, though? Legend's on the move. He's got eyes on him. He's waiting for him to get into a position where he can get some shots off, but they got to make some moves happen here and now. Can SSG stop them in their tracks? Is anyone there to receive him?
He's just going straight for it.
No, but he has a teammate there to back him up. When in doubt, rely on your friends, and your friend was Formal.
Just both sprinting in, realizing the only way that wasn't going to go well is if there was some sort of grenade or rocket. And you know what? Rockets weren't on that map, so you're fine. Not on that one. Grenade, not so certain.
Hey, okay. We stopped them again. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Just 5.5 minutes left. There's enough time that if we get our shit together, we can still come back. But they're in field goal range, so they're probably going to kick a field goal. And if we actually stop them on this fucking 3rd down. 3rd and 4? Dude.
I like calling
that, okay, whatever.
I think I grew up over there. You know, neon streets.
It doesn't make any sense. It was literally just 2nd and 6, and I thought we stopped them for like no yards. Now it's 3rd and 4. How did he magically gain 2 yards?
Is shades of what we had just experienced.
We knew it was going to be a great series. Like we always said, Optic rise to the occasion against especially the top rosters. There was no surprise to me that this wasn't going to be just a one-sided affair. Optic came out to play, and they have not disappointed.
I think we did stop them.
A beautiful game 5 to kick off here on Saturday.
Oh, this was
such a 4th down. It's like 4th and 1. They're probably going to go for it.
Up all those shots, tanking it so that his buddy can go and put that flag in. That now
no, they're going to kick the field goal, looks like.
At series point. SSG win this, or pretty much whoever wins this gets themselves a Halo World Championship spot, and I got to say, that is freaking cool. Hell yeah. I'll take a green sword, too, even if that's not lore accurate. You know?
It's just funny, because it's like both these teams are teams that are going to go to the Worlds regardless.
Players are getting ready to go here. And I don't really know what to expect out of
Oh,
this.
he missed the field goal.
Because
he missed the field goal.
It's going to be tough. I mean,
Yes! 4.5 minutes. We're only down by a touchdown. We can still fucking tie this game up. We got this, baby. We got this. Come on, Michigan State.
At any point, these games can just pop off. Someone can have the game.
All you gotta do is score a touchdown.
Somebody could just stay alive a little bit longer, get that better of that trade.
Make this game go into overtime. You got 4.5 minutes. Take your time.
Game on recharge, right? It was close the entire time. It wasn't until we hit around that 33, 34 point threshold that you started to see and actually started to see the
My kitty.
Optic guys.
He's a good little dude. What are you doing down there?
But this is the, if I'm correct, the last time that they had
What
played
are you
on this
doing
one.
down here?
This was in
It's
Atlanta.
just Atlanta. And I think one player that we got to call out that doesn't match up
Come
on
here.
this one when we're looking at Slayer Streets is, you got to say Dead
Oh,
Zone.
sorry.
Yeah, man.
Come here.
Despite
Dropping the
having
deuce.
close damage to Drippy, just at some point giving up too many deaths and not enough kills.
Damn,
so
2 and
expect
14.
him to reel it back.
Yeah. It's okay if your kills are low, but your deaths are low as well, right? And you're just providing assists. And you're,
No, I mean,
Are you a good boy?
that player.
Are you a good boy?
you went, you
talking
dropped
about?
a donut and Strong Side got all the kills.
Wasn't even there.
You bum.
Also, yeah, another good point there,
You're
too.
a good boy.
He's bound to be ready for this one. I heard he shook after he lost a 1v1 on Friday night. So.
Was that to you? Oh, man. Well, it couldn't end any other way between these two teams.
Game
SSG
5
and
Slayer on
Optic
streets. Let's go,
They have
baby.
met 4 times in the past. SSG has gotten the better of them each and every time. But is it Optic's time to strike? Is it their time to
Probably not.
put SSG down in home turf, or will SSG rise to that occasion? Let's go ahead and start this one off on streets.
Like this, slowly and methodically, nobody just sprinting across the map and trying to get that forced first kill. It is already slowed down. I don't even know if we've had much more than a couple shots of damage across the map. Eco, one of the first ones spot out. Legend pushing in towards Arcade, and Dead Zone hits the 5-shot reversal onto Legend.
He ain't letting what happened last time happen again. He's been playing some damn good Halo here in Salt Lake City.
Ooh, good shit.
That's better than what he did last time, Dave.
Dead Zone just playing this so well. Is he gonna get third? 3-0 Penguin, aka Dead Zone, taking over this game.
Ice cold at the start here, looking for another one, but he's going to get pressured here from Stellar. He's got the support there with the marksman rifle from the balcony. You can see those shots.
Good shit.
Ends up staying alive out of that one.
Dude, Dead Zone's playing this brilliantly. Brilliantly.
Somehow
That was a hard word for some reason.
Scenarios are the toughest to break through.
All right, Michigan State,
Because as soon
4.5
as action
minutes. We got the
starts,
ball.
you're gonna be
Down by a
called out.
touchdown.
You're gonna be focused down, and every single time Dead Zone was focused there, he just got sent another kill.
We literally
He
have
just
more
sent
yards
another
than him in
body.
every category.
3 for Dead Zone. Well, let's see where these players are. You saw how slow that was.
Big pass.
How difficult.
Big catch. Keep going. Get the touchdown. Get the touchdown. Get the touchdown. Get the touchdown. Let's go, Michigan State. Tied up ball game, baby.
Things slowed down. Pressure here for both of these teams.
Well, the guy can kick the PAT. One play touchdown. Let's go.
Home turf, home crowd, everyone cheering him on. That's a lot of pressure in this situation.
Huge, dude. Huge. And Optic is absolutely shitting right now.
Well, they got a 10-kill lead Optic game, so you got to be feeling pretty good about that right now.
Also, even just look at that, how quickly Lucid's backing down. He got about 3 or 4 shots of commando into a player, didn't take any
Camo's
damage
up.
at all, and is turning to see where this flanker might be coming from. Is someone pushing him from the streets?
Come on, we gotta make this PAT. This is actually a big PAT.
We'll find a way to get into this one. And actually do have some help in the mid. That was a killer.
I want to watch it.
Yeah. Huge trade when you're down and damaged.
All right, he made it.
Just go against a full shield person. Take that trade any day of the week in that circumstance.
Bound still looking for his first. You can see him actually chilling about for Neon. So this is certainly, he knows the pressure of the moment here. And Stellar, he's actually going to be caught between a rock and a hard place there. But Eco does manage to stop Formal. It's going to be a 2-kill swing. And just like that, what was it, 10
I want to see that touchdown again. That was a huge touchdown pass.
It's
like a 75-yard touchdown, something like that.
Blink of an eye, honestly.
Perfect throw,
That's
perfect
scary,
catch, and he
just seeing how they can
outran
do
the
that from
defenders,
there
dude.
like that, and it has not stopped
Good
just yet.
shit.
Pressure still coming on.
Look at him do his little
Eco
dancey
and
dance.
crew pushing back towards tower.
I wonder how many yards that was. Dude, we got that ball. Dude, that was a one-play, like, 10-second drive.
Could not have asked for a better start.
Let's
You're not the gaming
go.
fan, but then SSG manages to just come right back into this one. Love the help that Eco's getting there from his teammate Stellar in case that player decides to push around the corner. Now you got 2 here.
Oh, damn.
Through this.
It was just 2-12. Now it's 19-14. They did have a 10-point lead. Now they only have a 5-point lead. Space Station's coming back. That's kind of crazy, to be honest.
See what the rest of the spawn start to come through. Everyone's going to be on the left side of the map here.
Still 5-kill lead though for Optic.
All right, come on, Michigan State, dude. Our defense needs to hold strong now, bro.
Tram in control of Optic. You also have PD arguably
Can't let them get a touchdown.
Of Space Station as well. They're just pinched over here on B side. It looks like they somehow pushed through the center of the map over towards ATM. They felt like their only escape was through the center.
What the fuck just happened?
Screen too, because Dead Zone was ready to receive that player if he came out through PD. Now you can see the tables have turned there.
We just had an awful kickoff, like an absolutely awful kickoff. They went out of bounds, and now they're gonna get great ball position. What just happened? How did you have a kickoff that was that? I mean, that was horrible, bro. That was probably one of the worst kickoffs I've seen like ever.
Great
That was
job
bad.
by Dead Zone there, despite missing that jump at first, makes up for it, and they know where the players are at. They're just going to start to slowly deduce. They're going to say, not here, not here. That means they are all in this location. Spotted out. No, actually, the second help from B Stairs. Great double team there from Optic.
Wow, they have the ball on the 30.
Players are stuck in tram. They might double check to make sure nobody.
Good stop. Let's go.
I know a couple of spots are
It's gonna be like 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13, something like that. We got a tackle for a loss. Come on, defense. We just need one stop, dude. I want Optic to win this game. I need Michigan State to get a stop.
Commando. I just spoke, guys.
Yo, two drop by.
Look. Watch your bait, guys.
Nated it.
Looking at B Street. Yo, two guys front up.
There's two drop by, guys. There's two drop by.
Right now, let's one shot.
Drive by, guys. Drive by.
Watching. No, driveway's half shield. Driveway's half. And on me, ATM.
Get him. Okay.
Yo, cuts.
3rd and 2, it looks like.
Back up in.
That's weak.
That's
That's weak. Two cuts.
Yo, come here, Mac.
Yo, already in red alley.
Yo, look, fight purple.
One guy arcade. One guy arcade. Two tires. Two tires. One.
All right, well, you heard right there, a lot of pressure here for Optic Gaming. The calls are coming in, but they sound like they're common exactly as you'd want them to sound here in this situation when you have that lead.
Panic in some of those.
A little bit, but
hearing from where the players are tires, but
lots of
also just emphasizing.
We stopped him. It was a 3rd and 1, and we stopped him. Let's go. About to be like a 4th and 3.
It's basically letting your team
Tie ball game. They have to punt it. Let's go, dude. Come on.
Rotate out and pick your individual fights.
Optic are in a position to be able to win this game. The lead has gotten a little out of hand here. 9 kills separating Optic and SSG. Not what we thought was going to happen, especially after that last Slayer that we saw.
We're going to get the ball back with like 2 minutes. All we need is a field goal, dude. March down the field, get in field goal range, and win this fucking game, bro.
10 kills. Oh, boy. Lucid now.
Or have a one-play 75-yard touchdown pass. Either one.
He's got the weapon. He's got the marksman on the other side of the map here too. So
hey, they're back to a 10-point lead
at this point as well.
It really is.
10-kill lead. They aren't an ace or a spawn trap. They can just take this slowly, try to just trade out kill after kill, and you know it's not even trade at this point. The way that they've been playing, they've been coming out ahead.
This is 4th and 1. That literally cannot be 4th and 1.
Red gun.
Stalker rifle. That literally cannot be the accurate. It was 3rd and 1, and we stopped them for a loss.
Push across the map. Try to
dude, these refs have been shoddy this game. I feel like.
Try to trap him and tramp. I like this play also from Lucid. Lucid feeling the pressure, push in towards PD, and does not want to give a near full stalker rifle to his opposing team. So he wastes a few shots of it just to account for worst case scenario. That's one thing I've also said is when there's big swing games, you sometimes need those big weapons or power-ups for that. And in some of those cases, it doesn't hurt your team just to waste a full round of sniper. Just get a sniper clip out because in worst case scenario when you die, no longer do they have 6 or 8 bullets. Instead, they just might have 3 or 4.
Yeah, and really you can't really do much with that to be able to climb out of this big lead that Optic has managed to accrue. And that's going to be a few
surprising play again. This arcade/pillar setup from Optic has not been broken yet from Space Station. Anytime they come over towards B Street, towards those pillars,
12-kill lead, dude. They're shitting out. Yeah, there's no way Optic chokes this.
With kills against those tire players.
Dave, they're doing it. Optic are managing to hold on to a big lead here the entire time. Trippy with the BR. He's got.
And we run the ball and get no
And
yardage.
he sees everyone.
About to hit the 2-minute warning.
Oh dear. No,
We gotta get the ball moving. We gotta score at least a field goal,
All
dude.
that matters because you got 3 kills left to grab here. Make that 2. Lucid's got eyes on it. He gets himself a double kill. Finds one more maybe. Stellar, he's going to run away from the fight. Eco, he's going to be inside of PD. Puts in a few shots there to back him up. Legend gets the kill.
Optic are unreal, 48 kills. They just have to close out 2 more to take this series 3-2 against Space Station in their home stadium.
Where do they get those openings? Those opportunities? Who's in this position? Dead zone's a little
Can I need
further
2
up.
kills
They got
to
a good crunch
the
fight
16?
higher, by steps
Bro,
as
all
well as
4 of them
Arcade.
need to just hold hands and walk as a 4-man
Also,
mass.
look at how structured they are. Not even risking to give up this 35th kill. Playing it so slow as if it's a tie game.
Yeah.
When in fact, Optic are up by 14 and it's their game to win.
That is some respect that's being shown to their opponents there without a doubt. It's number 35 though, coming in the form of Stellar, getting the kill onto Trippy. They're collapsing quite nicely there, but Bound, he can't get away in time. That's number 49. Lucid though, anticipating that there could have been another player around the corner, but instead dead.
Hey.
The guy who had 2 frags in their
Attaboy,
last
Optic.
encounter on Streets turns out to be the one to win the game for his squad. He played damn well at the start of this series, and Optic Gaming manages to not just defeat SSG on their home turf, but they qualify for the Halo World Championship in Seattle, Washington.
Both these teams we
As if
fully
that was
expect to
any
be
sort
there,
of question.
But one team is 100% guaranteed to be there, and that's Optic Gaming.
What a game that was, but I gotta say, man, Optic came out hot.
Sent Space Station down to the loser bracket already. So most likely Space Station does not win this tournament because they'd have to do a reset in the grand finals. Not that's impossible. It's not been done by FaZe.
It was great. It was actually fantastic. They played a damn good game. They walked
Hold
away.
up.
Teams going the distance.
In the Big Ten, still 2 more games here coming up on the Big Ten Network, and we got 2 marquee programs involved.
Western Michigan at Ohio State. Poor Western Michigan, dude. My poor Kalamazoo Broncos.
USC and Utah State. That's an 11 Eastern on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
All right, 2 minutes. Burr, 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 burr.
Latest scoring drive only took 11 seconds. That was the one that tied it. With the 77-yarder to Nick Marsh.
Come on, Michigan State.
Jonathan Smith, their first-year head coach on the sideline coaching in his first Big Ten Conference game. His QB that followed him from Oregon State, Aiden Childs, under duress here to the sideline. And that is incomplete as he wanted Antonio Gates. So a couple of good stands from the Maryland defense to bring up 3rd down and 10.
I was referencing the off-man
Uh-oh.
coverage Maryland was featuring
Uh-oh.
for a lot of the game up to this point. Now we're seeing them roll up. Dante Trader got into the grill of the slot receiver, made sure there was not going to be a free release. That throws off the timing of the Spartans passing attack.
Huge 3rd down. Childs had a good pocket. His receiver got tangled up. He wanted Marshall.
Hey, flag. Let's go. Hell yeah.
Late flag came in, so we'll see what this is for.
Pass interference, it looked like. Oh, hold up.
Definitely tangled up.
Number 4, wow.
I mean, like, winning the Slayer obviously helps a lot. We've been, like, working really hard on Slayer specifically. And we played that game 5, like, pretty much flawlessly. I'm really happy for us. I'm really proud of us. So it was massive.
Definitely was massive right there, okay? Talk to me. Now, when it came down to those 3 maps, the epic finish on the eyeball to kick it off, the 3-flag rally, or the way that you guys started that Slayer at the end, which moment made you the most proud for those 3 maps that you had to pull out? Because it was a fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the Slayer. Like, it's always going to be war with them in objective game mode. It's always going to be really fun games, really tight games. But the
Come
Slayer
on,
game
Michigan
5,
State,
like, the way we
1st and
started
10.
it and the way we finished it was just
Gets the
perfect.
pass off, gets a gain of like
Definitely was
7 or
perfect
8.
indeed. And, you know, last time Dead Zone had the best
Maybe
game
like
when he
6.
played up against them, but this
What
weekend
are
he has
you
been fighting.
doing?
He turned up in that last map. How proud are you for
You
him
purring?
and how he played?
No, you're not purring.
Zane's on his flu game shit, so it's awesome. It's great.
Zane's on his flu game shit. Run it, Childs, run it. Gets the first down, hell yeah. What are we doing, kitty? The Spartans are marching. The Spartans are marching. Minute, 15 seconds. Clock's ticking, though. They got 3 timeouts. They're on the 44-yard line.
Final 2 minutes of each half. Clock stops. They reset the chains on a first down. Receiver slipped in Montori.
First down, hell yeah. First down. Clock has to stop, move the chains. Minute and 3 seconds. They're on the opposite side of the 50-yard line now. They need like 1, maybe 2 more first downs, and they'll be in field goal range. Huge catch.
They feel comfortable with Jonathan Kim, their kicker from as far as 58. Go back to the air.
Another catch. First down again and out of bounds. Let's go. Michigan State's marching. We about to get the fucking dub, baby. Hopefully, I shouldn't say that yet. Knock on wood. Don't want to jinx nothing.
But you have to recognize where the sticks are. There's so much space between Perry Fisher and Nick Marsh, where you're just allowing him the free release for the first down.
Clock stops at 43 seconds after Marsh smartly got out of bounds. He plays beyond his years.
I'm like holding this vape pen. It's like empty. Let's go. Call timeout now. We got 3. You can use 1. That was kind of in some ways a bad run. He only got like 2 yards and makes it to use a timeout. Now we have all 3 though, so using that first timeout isn't the end of the world. But still not ideal. Timeout.
We are always in motion.
In here, they're going to get this job done. It's ending. But no. Optic bouncing back in that way, continuing that momentum into this Slayer. And I also just want to give some flowers to Lucid because, yeah, he didn't have exactly a loud day yesterday and people were kind of calling that out. We certainly were on the desk, but he showed up today. He was an absolute force on that map. And for me, one of the big reasons why Optic were able to kind of keep it close in that series, bounce back at certain times, but certainly close out that Slayer as well, GB.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I totally agree with you on that. And I also want to say a massive shout out. Informal made a joke about it up there, but yeah, he really is on his flute. Dead zone is, I don't want to get fired.
Come on, Michigan State. 2nd and 7. 37 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Tie ball game. Pretty sure we're already basically in field goal range, and if we're not, we're super close. Oh, we're on the 29-yard line. Yeah, we're in field goal range. Still need to gain a couple more yards, though. Ooh, first. Oh, almost first down. Come on, go, 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 go. Maybe call timeout, actually. I think they did.
They got up about a yard short of the yards a gain.
The point I was going to make a moment ago about Maryland's defense. They've been really
did we use a timeout? I mean, clock got stopped. Hasn't shown yet whether or not either team used a timeout. I mean, they must have, though, right?
To poke away at the football, rake away at the football, trying to create strips, takeaways. And so far, through nearly 2 games, Michigan State has put the football on the ground a number of times, both at the quarterback, running back, receiver, returner position. They have to maintain ball security.
Mentioned they feel comfortable with Jonathan Kim, their kicker on your screen from as far as 58 yards.
Timeout, Maryland. They're first in the half. The 30-second charge timeout.
Maryland takes the timeout. Jonathan Kim thinking about possibly winning this one with his leg. Jonathan Smith, his head coach, built Oregon State's program up to a point where they were going into places where they weren't expected to win and won. He's trying to do that here today in his first conference game on the road against Michael Loxley's Terps. Right now it would be about a 40-yarder. 3rd and 1 here. Conference play really feels like a new season. Feels a lot different than last week for both of these teams. They try to sneak it ahead with Childs. Does he have enough?
Oh, Maryland called the timeout?
First set of downs here along that right hash. Emerges out of the pile. We'll see where they mark it.
They got some movement on the inside. Tanner Miller came out low. He was rolling. Time for a measurement.
So we'll take an official's time for the measurement here, the all-important, crucial measurement. Fittingly, like you said, it was Tanner Miller who came over from Oregon State with Aiden Giles, leading the way for his QB. Miller was the backup center at Oregon State. Childs was the backup QB at Oregon State. So they would take a lot of snaps together and work on plays just like that. And we'll see here with the official measurement. And the Spartan faithful that traveled, you can hear their voices right now because this will be a first down.
I got a bunch of these messages.
Nothing has been guaranteed, though, today. Right when you think something is guaranteed in this game, it isn't. Up the gut, inside of the 20. They continue to run along that right hash.
Michigan State's about to pull out the dub.
Clock gets to 14 seconds.
Second and a half. 30-second charge timeout.
Maryland uses their second.
No need for any ball carrier, whether it's Nate Carter at running back, and they hand it to a receiver. No one needs to think touchdown right now.
Don't forget, coming up after the game, the Big Ten Live football postgame sponsored by State Farm breaks down all the action. Getting conference play rolling here in College Park, and couldn't have dreamt of a more fun start to it.
Ball security is priority number one for anyone touching the football for Michigan State.
On 2nd and 7, back to Carter, same side.
Is Maryland gonna call another timeout?
Michigan State.
Okay.
Second and a half. We have 30-second charge timeout.
I'll say we still had 2. So we can still run another play. Run another run play, get a couple yards closer. Oh no, did Maryland take a timeout? They just charged Maryland a timeout on the screen at least. They announced Michigan State took a timeout, but then they charged Maryland their last timeout. Probably a mistake, I assume.
To be the hometown heroes here of SLC, they're going to be facing another opponent looking to knock them out early on, to disallow them, to not allow them to go into that Sunday
Space Station playing again immediately already.
Space Station versus Cloud9 on the other side of the break.
That's weird that some teams start out in the elimination bracket. That's weird to me. I feel like the top bracket should be big enough that everyone should start out in the top bracket, and then as you lose, you drop down to the losers bracket. There shouldn't be people at the start there.
Okay, so you're right here when he turns around, you see that?
Jonathan Kim continues to take deep breaths and warm-up swings. Flag went flying before that run.
Montori Foster at the wing position. Flinched before the snap.
I feel like we're kind of wasting a lot of time already. We're clearly in field goal range.
Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
No, that's no bueno.
See it again here. Left side. Yep.
Yeah, we're on the 22-yard line. That should be an easy field goal, dude. Andy Tate. Follow your channel. Hey, well, thanks, Andy Tate. Smoke up. It's time. Yes, sir. My Michigan State Spartans about to kick a field goal to win the game. 5 seconds left in the game. Tied up 24-24. We're on like the 22-yard line. I don't like the fact there's 5 seconds left, though. There's going to be a second or two left on the clock after you kick the field goal, though. I don't like that. I don't like that. Chances are it's not going to matter, but I don't like that. That gives them like 1 second to like return a kickoff or maybe run a play or something. I don't like that. I feel like they should have waited, call timeout. Why would you call your last timeout with 5 seconds left when you're going to kick a field goal? To me, you wait till there's one, bro. You put that shit on 1 second. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it.
Fittingly a Virginia native from the DMV, a 37-yarder.
37-yard. He made a 50-yarder earlier. Oh, they're going to call timeout to ice him, of course.
There is that timeout.
Doesn't surprise me, though. But, yo, Andy Tate, how's it going, dude? Appreciate you stopping by the stream, homie. Once this state game gets over, I'm actually probably going to step away for a little bit. I'm going to leave the stream up and leave it watching the HCS. But I'm going to step away to go get some dinner. But I'll be back. Come on, Michigan State. Just make this field goal, baby. Even if they miss, I guess they'll go into overtime. But just fucking win it now, damn it.
Spartan sideline holding its breath. One more deep breath for Jonathan Kim before a 37-yarder.
Attaboy. Nailed it.
He nailed it.
Attaboy. But there's 1 second left on the clock. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why would you... Oh, some sort of flag? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, there's a flag.
Jonathan Smith is head coach, his first Big Ten win. There is a flag out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like seeing flags, dude. Worst case scenario, we have to re-kick the field goal.
Looked like there may have been a bit of abrupt movement before the snap.
Come on.
Maryland side of things.
Oh, on Maryland side of things. Yes! Hell yeah. Spartans win, baby! The Spartans? Well, it's not over yet. There's still 1 second left. There's gonna be a final kickoff. Fucking squib kick this shit and get it over with.
Big Ten win on the road, thanks to the leg of Jonathan Kim here.
No doubter.
Aiden Childs, 3 passing touchdowns. We did also had 2 interceptions, though, so it's kind of... And the 1 interception... Actually, no, he might have had 3, technically. Because didn't he have 1 that was picked off at the line? I think he had 3 interceptions, actually. But the third one, though, if I'm correct, the third one was super cheese, and you can't really hold against him. But... I mean, I guess you can. You can't hold against him the same way as, you know, if a quarterback just blatantly throws the interception, like, took the wrong guy. It was like a tip ball type of shit.
The ball get pitched around a little bit, perhaps thrown across the field on occasion. You're hoping for a miracle. You're hoping for a big...
See, I really don't like the fact that Michigan State called a timeout with 5 seconds left. Now there's 1 second left, and you have to do this fucking kickoff and hope that there's no crazy miracle, which chances are is not going to be. But if you wait 2 more seconds to call a timeout, you don't even... Now we're going to give him a play? Oh, my God. You don't squib kick that there? You don't squib kick it? Bro, I think all 11 people on the defense go stand on the fucking 1-yard line. Oh, the stream's pausing. No, don't fuck up.
This one.
Okay.
Anyway, each of these locker rooms closed their games last week.
No, you can hear fans at Maryland chanting our quarterback name. Our quarterback's name. Yeah, he had 3 interceptions, though. God damn it. He has 5 interceptions through 2 games already.
Well, here we go. Maryland's last chance. Prather will shovel it back to Felton. Now he reverses backwards onto Edwards. Goes cross field to Hemby. Trying to come up with a Maryland miracle. It is Prather now. Once again, and
He's down. Hell yeah.
by Cal Holiday, fittingly, it's the experienced linebacker for Michigan State who ends the game, and the underdog Spartans come in under their head coach Jonathan Smith and give him his first Big Ten win in an absolute thriller down to the final second to kick off conference play.
Let's go green, baby. Hell yeah, Michigan State gets the dub. It was ugly and it was close down the wire, but we got the dub.
Great job, everyone in the studio. Awesome job. I'm Jason Raj Jr.
And it was definitely better than last week.
Stay tuned for the Big Ten game break coming up next. This has been an
Even though we won both games.
presentation of the Big Ten Network. We'll take it in the studio.
I have to pee so fucking bad.
There is Ryan Day, a national best 40 straight wins for Ohio State against unranked opponents. They will get Western Michigan coming up at the bottom of the hour here.
Such a joke.
In the meantime, we welcome you in. Great to have you with us here on the State Farm postgame. Dave Revson, Ashley Adamson, Marcel Reese just watched Michigan State take down Maryland. And Marcel, we may have seen a star born here in Aiden Charles. May have seen a couple, actually, because Nick Marsh was pretty good as well. But that's an impressive win on the road there for the Spartans.
It's really impressive. Both these teams have optimism to look forward to because they have some stars, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Aiden Childs was special. When he gets his feet set, that ball comes out great, it's accurate, and it's on point, especially the deep ball.
I think it's, so you get 3 touchdowns, including that 77-yarder to Nick Marsh, but he also had 3 interceptions. So you're getting the good and the bad, but I think everybody now understands why there's so much excitement around this young man. You think about the difference between week 1 and week 2 against FAU. They struggled, penalties, red zone issues. They didn't score for the final 39 minutes of that game. Where do you think they took the biggest step today?
You know, they still struggle with a couple miscues, whether it was, receivers and Aiden not really being on the same page, and there's some penalties. I'll take you back in 2007, our Washington Huskies team, we welcomed in a young phenom at quarterback in Jake Locker. And I knew as his first #1 receiver, along with the other pass catchers, whether it was Corey Williams or Quentin Daniels, we had to make plays for him to ease that pressure. Running backs have to make plays to ease that pressure on him. And as an offensive coordinator and coach, you have to call plays that get them in rhythm. Their last drive, that 2-minute drive, was the best drive we've seen him play. They had rhythm throws, screen balls, and it really looked good.
I think the truth of the matter is there's going to be some variance here, no doubt, from Aiden Childs, and that's what you would expect for a young quarterback who played a little bit last year for Oregon State. But this is the first truly meaningful action he's seen, obviously the first time that he's been a starting quarterback, and that's not easy to do. Not easy to do on the road in the Big Ten.
Huge win out of my Spartans. They beat.
Last week, they were 293 yards of offense. They had 493 in this one. Penalty still an issue.
Right.
Second straight week over 100 yards. Jonathan Smith will want to clean that up, but I'm sure he is still feeling good with the W. He is with Kylan Mills.
Okay, they're gonna 1 second. Hold on, listen to this, and then I'll put the audio of the HCS.
Coach, my goodness, a heck of a game. It wasn't easy, but your team somehow finds a way. What was the
Yes,
difference
sir.
in this one today?
I thought they were just resilient, man. These college football games are long. They made a bunch of good plays, too. It was back and forth. It came down to finishing, and we had a few guys make a few plays at the end. Obviously, Jonathan Kim drilling it through the uprights.
In addition to Kim, your quarterback, Aiden Childs, found a rhythm in the second half, overcame 3 interceptions, but aired it out for that 77-yard touchdown pass. What did you like about the way he responded throughout this game?
Yeah, he's resilient. We talk about durability, and he's going to keep on battling. Some mistakes being made, but, defense holding up for him. It's a team game. Guys were answering back and forth.
Your first Big Ten win as the head coach at Michigan State. What does this one mean to you?
Well, it's a good start. What we want to do, a great place, great college football game, something I won't forget.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
We are getting set.
Oh, yeah. All right, cool. So now,
Henderson, part of that loaded
boop,
backfield with
boop,
momentum, but realistically, we know
and
the 4 players
I
on
will
that
be
stage on the side
right
of
back.
SSG, they should be winning this series, and I don't want to try and sugarcoat that.
Right. Yeah, I think something you were alluding to, Lot, is Cloud9 making that change. Of course, it might have been the right one for them, but
their playbook is not going to be as deep as Space Station Gaming's because they haven't been a team for as long. So they haven't been put in tough positions. Of course, you can scrim online as much as you want, but when you're playing against one of the top dogs on LAN, it's a whole different kettle of fish. So I think Cloud9 are going to run the gauntlet here.
Yeah, I certainly do think so. I think right now, although Manny coming in and has had a great performance this tournament, I think they probably will be feeling the Tusk not being here right now, just because of that kind of familiarity and knowing what you want to do as a squad and how you've grown together. On the other side of things, though, Space Station Gaming right now are going to be pretty peed off. They're not going to be very happy with what went down, although very close and really started to show some kind of superstardom against Optic Gaming. Had a great series, a lot of them individually as well. They're going to be like, well, this run is not the ideal one. We're going to have a lot more reps under our belt trying to get back to that kind of grand finals position, and Cloud9 is in our way, and I really do feel like they're going to be putting the heat on Cloud9 to show them exactly what they're capable of. They're going to want to get this job done to move on to the next.
Yeah, I think the one thing that works in Space Station Gaming's favor is the fact that they're playing this matchup right after losing that match with Optic Gaming. So you don't have the chance to kind of, let it kind of marinate with that loss happened the way that it did, that Optic clutched up on you. You know what? It's GG. Go next. Let's get right into it, and let's take out our aggression. Let's get our revenge immediately, and it just so happens that Cloud9, you're in the way.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at it from a Space Station perspective here, they find themselves in the elimination bracket, and they have never won a tournament from the elimination bracket. As a matter of fact, the only team to ever do that is FaZe Clan. So they have to do something they've never done before, and that's go on a run here and get to the elimination finals and then somehow reset a bracket. That's the task that's at hand here from here.
Yeah, we've never seen Space Station drop down this early. I think London was probably their worst performance. They dropped down a round later, and then they went on to finish top 4. So they still performed well in that elimination run, but didn't get to the dizzy heights, and it was that tournament that really everyone was left scratching their heads. But then SSG bounced back and went on to win the next one. And I wonder if it's just going to be one of those scenarios where it's kind of flip-flopping between the two. You have a good tournament, a bad tournament, a good tournament, a bad tournament. If you want a bad tournament before Worlds so you can have a good one, I don't blame you.
That is very true. I do, although, with that, devil's advocate I'm playing here is the fact that I'm not really seeing that same kind of lackluster Space Station Gaming that we did see in London. That's the other thing. I just think they had a blooming good series against Optic Gaming, and it just didn't work out for them this time around. And we often do see that, kind of the tussle between the Titans, and it really is like squeaky bum time, right? You just got to try and edge it out. It's a moment, a decision, a play, a kill often, and that seems to happen. When we're looking right now at the series layout for both of these teams, tell you what, rather than going to just one person, anybody seeing anything here for either?
Tony, you want to go first, or shall I?
I mean, it's going to be tough no matter what. Like, obviously that Solitude Slayer right now, Cloud9 are on that mapping game type combination. The Slayer live fire doesn't fare well to
literally right in front of me.
And honestly,
like,
even
where's my
the King
phone?
of
It's
the
like
Hill
right in
live
front
fire
of
in
me.
the beginning is going to be tough. But one thing Cloud9 are very good at is map number 1. They usually start off really well. And even though SSG are good on live fire, their King of the Hill live fire only a 50% win rate. So that game number 1, that sets the tone. That sets the pace. Let's see what you got, Cloud9. This is everything for you.
Yeah, King of the Hill Li-Fi is definitely their worst King of the Hill, and I think that if SSG are caught off guard here in this first game, Cloud9 will be able to roll with that momentum. But you mentioned it, the Slayer Solitude is a big worry for me, because when you look at win rates, when you look at 0%, you look at 100%, you look at who they've been playing against. I mean, Cloud9 have lost this against some teams who maybe they could have beaten as well. It's not always been the biggest and best teams that they've faced here. So that's my worry, is going to be the second map.
Yeah, that Slayer Solitude, I mean, I think everybody and their parents know that it's Space Station Gaming's bread and butter.
Yeah.
They know how good they are on it. I'm just kind of curious, Shows, why are they so good? What is it about Solitude Slayer that really allows that team to come to life?
Well, I think it's the pace that they play at, being able to manipulate spawns, having players in the right positions, and being able to spawn trap. Particularly, they're one of the best teams at putting their opposing teams into blue spawn and just picking them off as they try and leave that space. They're very good at suffocating teams and putting them in the positions that they want. And then you talk about picking up power-ups and power weapons. Well, you get the sniper rifle in the center's hands, and you just know he's going to start cooking. So they have to shut down big game players here, do Cloud9, and I just don't think they're ready yet.
Yeah, I think that first map is crucial for Cloud9. The next two that follow, just not great. I mean, CTF Aquarius, we're talking about Slayer Solitude and it being in SSG's favor. That Aquarius CTF's also just unbelievable for Space Station Gaming. They are clean on that this season. That's an incredible stat, considering how much we do see them play that with the likes of Optic Gaming and FaZe. It's a lot. So Yeah, that's a really, really scary statistic. Cloud9 need to show up map 1. Have they got what it takes? We're going to be finding out right now because we're heading over to main stage on our two wonderful casters, Shurzy and Gaskin.
Thanks so much. Really looking forward to jumping into this one, Dan. Space Station, like we spoke about in the pre-ramble, in a position where they don't often find themselves in the elimination bracket nice and early, but that makes them a very scary opposition for anybody that they're going to run into, because they'll be looking to run over anybody that stands in their way, and unfortunately it's going to be Cloud9.
Yeah, I feel a little bit bad because I'm not giving Cloud9 much hope here in this series, but I sometimes have to call a spade a spade. I will change my mind if Cloud9 come out hot and win this first map. Maybe they can do something like Alpha Esports have done elsewhere, right? Being that underdog and still finding a victory through, but it is going to be a very difficult series for them.
People have been breaking the stat sheets all weekend long. This is the opportunity for Cloud9 to do just that, and they will need to. They're playing against the defending champions from Atlanta. They've got it all to do, and Space Station will be cooking. Shields up, weapons hot, we're underway.
If you can get an early start here, if you can go off the back of a disappointing Game 5 from SSG, maybe Cloud9 can wrestle some control in the early stages and get this first hill on the board, but looking at the pace of play from SSG, they like throwing themselves at their opponents. When they feel they're the better team, they are always so quick to get in the face of their opposition.
Oh, it's hot.
That pace they play at, so impressive. That man on your screen, Stellar, he's got the sniper rifle, and that's going to be a tough task for anybody to be up against. Suspector's got camouflage, so perhaps there is a counterplay to this. Can he get behind Stellar? He's going to be hearing shots get rattled off. Information will be passed to him. He has to make the right decision, though. Gets one, gets two. Sniper rifle down. It's a null factor now. But unfortunately for them, Space Station have got so much time in this first hill.
Well, it's back and forth. Can't really decide which way to go, and I think it may just be accepting your fate and accepting this first point is going to go to SSG. So a pretty easy and comfortable first hill, that's for sure. SSG certainly the best King of the Hill team that we have in the league in terms of the amount of wins they have, but this arguably one of their weaker ones. And maybe that's just because of the pace of play. Some teams have been able to slow it down a little bit, get those setups, and
can you imagine Cloud9 upsets SSG? SSG gets kicked out immediately.
Here, so they don't really have to worry about it.
Spectre's always one of those players that's impressive to watch. He never fails to get kills. That is his job. And he does so with no fuss, no complaints. The issue that he has had throughout Halo Infinite is just finding a team that complements his playstyle the best. And has he found that in Cloud9? Can they grow in confidence with a few more LAN reps under their belt? 3 dead now for Space Station, and Cloud9 can start scoring in the second hill.
I think Cloud9 will be quite
I like Space Station, but I'm rooting for the upset.
I'm sure
It'd be
there's
crazy.
a handful of teams they would have loved to have seen in this position to have a stab at. You've also got to remember that the reason they find themselves in this position because they went 1 and 2 in their pool, and they weren't able to get into those top 2 positions to find themselves in the winners bracket. So you are almost guaranteed a tough matchup here, but maybe not this tough. But they are at least doing a little bit better here in this second hill. They're ahead for now.
Probably haven't maximized as much time in the hill as they would have liked. But Spectre continues to get kills. That will create openings. He does eventually get cut down. Nico pushing over towards the tower now with that camouflage. Eyes trained over top middle, sees it clear, will pass the information over. They know that's a lane they don't have to watch for now. Unfortunately, 2 members of his team have fallen. The Spectre's going to push forward. Eco's going to play this one patiently. Back whack as easy as you like. Playing behind enemy lines. Getting in the face of Sab now, who tries to jiggle peek his way into this fight. Eco's going to back down and stay alive. Prioritize just keeping map control here, and Sab will get taken care of.
Yeah, notice how SSG are not desperate to throw themselves into the hill. They're waiting until they've actually got a good amount of control. You're very vulnerable when you're in that hill. Grenades can come out of nowhere, put you down to no shields, and suddenly then that push can come through. In terms of slays, SSG still behind at the moment. Cloud9 leading by 3 kills here. So at least Cloud9 are staying within SSG when it comes to those slays.
Problem you have. SSG's has got the snipe. Finds the face of 1. Rolled up top middle. The body's good enough for 2. Set the fight. Does not dare peek. And with good reason, because he would have lost his face. 2-0 the score. Cloud9 give this one up too.
Yeah, quite intelligent not to peek the sniper rifle, but of course by doing that you are definitely giving up the hill at the same time, but it's about setting up for the next one here for Cloud9. They had the opportunity in the second hill to set up, to get good time, but you mentioned it, they maybe didn't get as much as they could have. And that might be a bit frustrating for them. So now they need to learn that lesson here in this third hill and actually get some good time on the board when
His
they
full
have
name is
control.
Sabinator, but his thing on the screen is just Sab.
Sab gets one, faced with 2 members of SSG though.
I did not know he's technically
Ultimately forced down bottom
Sabinator.
middle towards the rat cave. There's trades elsewhere. Numbers favoring Cloud9 right now, and that's why they have control of the hill. Bound tries to turn the tide in that fight. Double kill for Sab. Wisely backs away, knew he was down in the fight, but Legend chases, Legend secures the kill. Cloud9, no, this is much better.
I mean, it's an interesting decision to back off like that because it's something that SSG don't do. Even if they're down in the fight, they output as much damage as possible so that the rest of the team can clean up. Maybe Sab just thought he could get out of dodge using the avenue of the toilet. But he is back off the spawn and is putting up more damage, more kills. He's up to 13, so he's certainly being one of the better players on C9 right now.
Stellar caught unaware on sandbags. Eco fresh off the spawn's gonna go down as well. Legend down to no shields. Sab gets close. And him and Manny combined to get the kill. This is gonna be a camouflage and some more hill time for them. They're making plays here. They're getting themselves back into this game.
And unless we see a successful push here, it should be 2-1. Cloud9 should be able to score this one. Sab just needs to make sure he stays alive with this camouflage because it's going to be a lot riding on him. Just as all these nades are flooding in. And actually, he's going to use this camo just to get that final little bit of time. And even with Bound diving in, it's not going to be enough. So Cloud9 put one on the board. And they asked the question to SSG. They say, actually, can you hold on to this lead?
Interestingly enough, SSG send Bound in just to be a little bit of a disruptor whilst the remaining team rotate towards the new hill. Maybe Bound being used as a little bit of a decoy so they can get priority position. Stellar's in the hill with a plasma pistol as well to play with in his back pocket if he needs it. Facing a little bit of competition for the hill though. Stellar will go down, but he gets a trade in the end. Cloud9 now have control of the hill. 2 members down. Bound and Legend on the map. Playing this one patiently, waiting for the teammates to spawn up.
It's one of the few game types across the board that Bound isn't positive in. When it comes to his season's performance so far, he's actually dead even. 120 kills, 120 deaths. When it comes to live fire King of the Hill. And at the moment, he's negative in this game as well. Just for some reason, there's something about King of the Hill here on live fire that Space Station struggle with at times. And I think it's they want to play a little bit faster. They don't like being held back, don't like having to hold the point. They almost want to play strongholds instead.
Space Station do love holding forward. Perhaps King of the Hill doesn't suit them in that regard. It's not their playstyle. It's not the way they like to do things. Stellar's going to control top tower. Testify immediately applies pressure. Manny's going to close the distance, try to get the kill, but Legend was there just to keep Stellar alive. Eventually a grenade will find him. But Cloud9 could be about to tie this game up if they play this one perfectly. Sab has got to win this 1v1 though, and it's up against Eco, one of the most experienced players in the league. Sab continues to fight and does win it.
Enemy team took the hill.
And SSG right now being outslayed by about 10. 1 minute left on the clock. Cloud9 looking the more likely to close in to tie up this game, but SSG are going in with brute force just to try and take any skirmish that they can to try and delay Cloud9's chances of getting into this hill.
SSG are just, they're bullies at time. You don't want to have lunch money or any spare change jingling around in your pockets because they will turn you upside down and take it. Do not give them any opportunity to capitalize on mistakes because they will make you pay. Manny's in the hill though with a teammate. They're gonna secure this second hill. They're gonna tie up this game. This is good from Cloud9.
Well, just like that, I mean, Cloud9 right back into this game. 50 seconds left, so we're more than likely gonna end on this hill, and it is top middle, and we know how crazy these top middle hills can be. We're gonna get bombarded with grenades. People are gonna full send it